What's going on, guys? How's everyone doing today? All right. All right. So, yeah, we're just gonna do their normal stuff. We're gonna do this little pregame. See what's going on today. How's everyone going, guys? Hope everyone's having a good day today. Another week, another L. We'll see what happens, guys. We're just gonna react to 94 WIP, talk about what's going on, and yeah, just give our thoughts on what's going on today. What changes is Doug Peterson gonna make today? I honestly don't know what's gonna happen. I'm figuring, I don't know if this is the right thing to do by, are they waiting for Wentz to fail in this game for it to put Jalen Hurts in? Is Jalen Hurts actually going to start today? I don't know. But it's kind of crazy. So we are going to... See, I don't even know what Doug has been kind of alluding to this the whole entire week of what's going on. So it's been a hell of a ride today. It's been kind of crazy today. But appreciate everybody being in here. 40 people in the chat. If you guys haven't liked this video, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Support the channel. Guys are new, subscribe to the channel as well. All right. Yeah. Let's do this the right way here. Hold on, guys. I'm just trying to do this the right way here. So what are you guys' thoughts, predictions on this? I don't know what you guys think about what's going to happen before the game today, but I don't know. I guess we'll just see what happens. I guess we'll see what happens, honestly. Because this is going to either going to turn into a good thing or a really bad thing. I know a lot of people are big fans of Jalen Hurts coming in, but this guy's a second-round pick. This guy needs to show something. I don't know if he's going to show anything, but I think at the end of the day, I think Carson Wentz needs that mental break. You know what I mean? Needs that total mental break. It's just to that point now where it's like, yeah, this can't happen anymore. It really can't happen anymore. So why isn't this? Hold on, guys. I figured this was gonna... I did it the same way. I did it the same way. Oh, here we go. For all you guys, check the chat. Sorry, my computer was acting weird today. It was acting really weird today, so everything's been kind of crazy. So, all right, let's start it up. We should be good. We should be good to go now. All right, we're good. We're good to go. All right, let's start it off.
Another issue, but that Mahomes, my God,
he's just,
my Lord.
It's not even fair.
There's no way the Patriots, the Bucks were getting the ball back. This Mahomes just wasn't going to happen.
No,
I mean, this, to me, what happened in the first half was nowhere as intimidating to anybody else as what happened at the end of that game. Because in the first half, they just went crazy. and they can do that. But then they can sleep a little bit. Usually they sleep early and come back.
Right.
But then at the end, when you were waiting to see if the old man still had it in him, Mahomes wouldn't let him have the ball.
Right.
It was incredible. It was just incredible. What they did at the end of that game, people will focus on the beginning. No, it was the end where they had to keep the ball, and Mahomes made like 3 great plays, just great plays, small great plays. And it was like, my God, this guy's just, he's at another freaking level.
I mean, it's still, like, I'm still thinking of last week where the Raiders score with a minute and a half left, and it's like, all right, well, I'll just come down, score a touchdown in a minute, and the game's over.
It's just, it's unbelievable to think 2 years ago I was thinking Wentz was the future of the league, and then I watched this guy. I'm like, oh, my God, it's just.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not even fair.
Unless he gets hurt, I don't see any way they don't win the Super Bowl every year.
Well, I mean, stuff happens. I mean,
Right.
It's still tough. I mean, no matter what,
Right.
it's just hard. But no, really, he's just it's incredible. It's just incredible to watch. And it's like a smile on his face, no sweat. Oh yeah, we got this. It's just crazy. And it was a really remarkable thing at the end of that game. To just you're not giving the you see it every week, ball getting taken away or whatever, and the other team gets another chance. You're not going to get a shot.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a sniff. And you could almost tell watching Brady on the bench, he knew he wasn't going to get the ball back.
No. and speaking of Brady, we were talking about it during the break, but him and Arians hate each other.
Well, the stuff that Romo was saying during the game was not very well disguised.
Right.
It was really obvious that Brady had told him this offense, I can't work with it. I can't work with this. Just send the receiver straight downfield. And then in the second half, when they had to come back, it looked like you were watching the Patriots. They have motion. It's all completely different. It's what Romo was yelling about during the game that Brady didn't want. It's like, oh, this is not going to play well in Tampa. This has got issues all over it right now.
Yeah.
And they're not bad.
No, I mean they're.
And then he says at the end of the game he expects those two could meet in the Super Bowl. I mean, how's Tampa gonna? I don't see it, but who knows? They keep saying they're getting better if they let him run his offense. But some coaches are hard headed. I don't know if they're gonna. And the way he goes at Brady, I wish the Eagles would go at Wentz a little bit like.
Oh yeah. Oh, he can't. He cannot stand Brady.
It's unbelievable.
He hates him.
And then here he is at the end of the game. Just he pushes them down there, and it's like, oh, this is just not going. Something's going. It's a good thing it's this kind of a year, because he'd have the coach's head by now.
Oh yeah, and I mean that's what's I think going to end up happening is. The Bucs, they're not going to move on from Brady after this year. I think they're going to have firing Arians, and I think McDaniels will end up there.
I guess that would be it. Although you look at the history of Belichick's proteges.
Oh my God, Patricia!
Patricia,
what a terrible!
Him and he got the GM's
tenure.
Gone.
Yeah,
it's just they sack a guy in this kind of a year like that. That was a disgrace to them, though.
How fortunate were the Eagles that they got Patricia as the defensive coordinator in the Super Bowl?
Oh my God!
Thank goodness, because the next year the Rams play against them and it's Flores, and they can't do anything.
They can't do nothing. Oh yeah, it was crazy. So I mean, it was a wild week. All kind, and that quarterback situation out there in Denver, and they just blame their quarterbacks, I guess, for lack of safety precautions. But I mean, there are precautions, right, to don't be in the same place and stuff.
Well, apparently the way Fangio described it, they went in on Tuesday, which was an off day, to get extra work. So they were trying to do the right thing, but they weren't wearing masks and they weren't distancing. So I think it was the NFL trying to send a message that we're close to the end here. Don't screw it up.
Oh yeah.
We need to get the rest of this money, and then I think once playoffs come, they'll go to a bubble.
They might. They might. That seems to be. I mean, that's worked in the other couple of sports that happened. But I mean, they're not going to forfeit. You see what happened? They'll do anything. They're playing. They moved 2 Pittsburgh games.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh Tuesday, and then they moved another one.
Right. Well, Pittsburgh and Baltimore are playing Tuesday. Did they move another one?
I think they moved.
Oh yeah, the next Monday.
Yeah, they moved another one after that to give them an extra day. So I mean, they're obviously just going to get whatever it takes. We're not gonna. We're too close to the end here. We're gonna get through it.
The problem is Ravens guys keep testing positive. So, I mean, I don't know.
Stop testing.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The placebos. Just go.
Well, I mean, at this point, they got to be thinking we got to Thanksgiving. We're so.
Do you
close.
not think now? people will say, "Oh, why should athletes get special dispensation or whatever?" Would you not, if you had a vaccine right now? Would that many people be upset if you just said every NFL player is getting the vaccine?
No. And that's what's going to happen.
Why not?
Right.
I mean, why? I mean, how many are you talking about?
Yeah.
Come on, and just how many people watch these games? I mean,
right.
I'm for the people, if you say, but my God, just give them all. Give them all. If vaccines were given to all the workers first, the safety people, the hospitals, and then the NFL players give them the vaccine. There aren't many.
I am personally willing to give up my dosage to the NFL players. So I can keep watching
that's the
football.
other issue. Like, I get in trouble for this too. Like, they're giving it to people my age or whatever. I'm like, why don't you give it to the healthcare workers and the hospital people, whatever, and then give it to the 20 and 30-year-olds so they go out,
right,
and then get things going.
Right.
Why are you doing it backwards? Your worry is that the kids are going to give it to the old. Well, give the kids the vaccine, then you don't worry about it.
It's not a bad theory.
I mean, geez, you'd get the economy moving much faster, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Give it to everybody in college gets one. Every 20 to 30-year-old gets one, and then you give it to people my age. It's all
right.
Simple.
Maybe that's part of the NFL's plan too. Maybe they think by the end of December all the league will be vaccinated.
You'd have the people screaming, "How come the athletes get better?" Because there's 40 million people watching them play games. That's why.
Because we all want them to get it, so we can watch football.
I mean, God. It's just simple. I mean, it sounds dumb, but maybe there's a good. Maybe it's supposedly. Remember baseball? Be a national hero.
Right.
Go play the game. Well, now you have an opportunity to let them go play the damn games without interruption during the playoff. I'd give it to them first. I'm gonna start a movement that way, and I'll get slapped down. I'm sure.
No, well, people are so naive about this stuff because I hear a bunch of people saying like, "Oh, how can the NBA do their season without a bubble?" Because they're all going to get vaccinated.
Yeah,
they're all going to get the vaccine first.
Yeah, I would do. I mean, I would not have an issue with it either. I would fine. That's them. I'm watching it.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, you want to give it to? I give it to bands. I want to see a concert.
Yeah,
I mean, just let's go. So I think we got a huge one tonight. Doesn't seem? I don't even know what the line is on this thing.
It's gone up from 4.5 to 6.5. So not good for the Eagles. You'd think.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, don't you have to beat that team eventually?
Not necessily.
It's 2008?
The Eagles haven't beaten the Bengals in 20 years. I mean,
but this whole week.
Philly podcast. What's up, man?
You can see a franchise that's lost its way. This stuff with the Hurts is like, how does this come out now? Why? And it's not good. It's like this is not the week to even let that come out. You got to you can't back your guy 50%.
Now
you got to back your guy. I mean, do 50%.
My theory is that they leaked that on Sunday morning to motivate Wentz. Now maybe that's a stupid theory, but it's all I can think of.
I don't. The only thing I can think of is the coach is so honest. He's unable to wiggle around stuff. He can't pull a Belichick. You know, like at some point it'd be, well, we're on to Hurts.
It's so funny comparing Doug to Chip, who Chip just lied through his teeth and didn't care.
But this guy can't. But I mean, this is the worst. I never like not all in. Like, this is, how do you go into a game like this? This is the weird, how do you go into a game waiting to see the change? I mean, you know when a guy's on a short leash, as they say, but you don't announce the short leash like this. This is so strange. I mean, maybe it works, but it feels really wrong to me the way they're going into this.
Yeah, no, I agree. And who knows? Maybe Hurts does start. Like, I know they said he's not. Then I'm all.
Then it's like you're all in. You're all in.
Right.
But, I mean, you don't go. Say you're gonna date the other girl so your girlfriend likes you more.
Yeah, well, dude, that's a good point.
Is that?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense when you put it that way.
Yeah, that's basically what it looks like. You're like, what the hell is how this come out?
Yeah,
it's like this is just
Time's up, Bobby. Right? Time's up.
You back your guy till you don't.
Right.
It's pretty simple to me. You don't do this. This is really odd. So, but it does make you got to say. There's never dull.
No.
It's never dull.
Nope.
It's incredible no matter what happens with this team. Crazy stuff. And boy, some of the other stuff going. You get to see that Metcalf. I mean, this could be the worst weekend for Howie ever.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Jefferson
Definitely.
is just
Never mind
unbelievable.
Jefferson. How about the 2 fumble recoveries by that kid?
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
That whole game was
Oh,
Howie
Lord.
must have been covering his eyes
my
the entire
God.
game.
Oh my God. So we'll see what goes on.
Yep.
All right, TK,
All right,
you got
Al.
a big one tomorrow.
Yep, we do, and we'll see how it goes. Al is coming up next with the Something Show.
It's the Overlap Show. The Overlap Show. Night meets the morning. It's the Overlap Show. It's the
Hey guys, I don't know. What do you do tonight? What is the plan for the Eagles tonight? I don't even know at this point. I don't even know. I don't even know. Well, I mean, this guy has to be benched regardless. I mean, this guy sooner or later, it's going to happen. I don't have us winning this game tonight. I would love to have some optimism, but you know what? I don't know, guys. I don't know. What's going to happen. I really don't. Because they could totally change. They could change the whole game plan. I mean, they could pretty much change everything. You know what I mean? They could pretty much change the whole game plan and put Jalen Hurts as a starter tonight. I mean, you never know. To throw the Seahawks off, they're not going to say who they're starting and what's going on. Self-made BR. What's up, Joey? Big fan. I feel like Carson should get benched because I think he needs to see what he's really going on, what be wrong, who be open, and pressure he gets. Appreciate the support, bro. I think it's a mental thing. He needs. I think it's more than a mental thing, obviously, with just him. But I think something needs to happen with him at least for a game. I'm not even saying the guy to get benched the rest of the year, but I mean they can't go on like this. They can't. They can't go on like this anymore. They just can't do it. I know, Infamous. He can't throw the ball, period. He can't throw the ball. Mega Man says Jalen Hurts needs to start simply for new energy. I believe it. I believe it. I don't really, not really. I mean, but I think, look, regardless, this is going to be a mess, regardless how it happens. Maybe Jalen Hurts will look good for a game because obviously there's no tape on him. Defenses can't scheme against him. Oh, they probably could, but the way Doug may use him in an offense, but he might have maybe one good game, maybe. So
basically, what could be a lifeless season, there's all kinds of stuff going on when the Eagles take the field against Seattle. And a lot of it has to do with the quarterback, the general manager, the coach, the backup quarterback, the offensive line, the Hall of Famers. It's this. What a stew.
Yeah, Philly podcast. At this point, let Hurts rock and see what you got in him. That's all it is to be. I agree 100%.
Sorts of stuff. The tentacles coming out of this monster, and you're gonna get a first-hand view of it with how guys respond to pressure. What Wentz looks like. How a story comes out that they might be going to have more plays for Hurts. It's just got the elements of this thing.
If Miss 2K, let me ask you something. Do you want Hurts to play as a best to Carson, or do you actually think he's more talented, is better? I think Carson actually had, before, I think inside from when we drafted Wentz to what he really is, besides all the injuries, besides I think he has the more talent. I think Carson has the more talent, but between his injury at 17, between the, that lingered for a year and a half, and pretty much the concussion, I mean, it's not good. I think Carson actually inside, besides the injuries, I think he is the better talent. But unfortunately, that's hindering
line
him right
coach,
now.
Whatever. It's pretty public for it to come out like this and not have much kickback from it. I think this is sort of like, what are they doing here? Trying to cover two bases and having none covered by doing so? So you do have the hope, I guess, that Wentz is so good that there's no issue, and he comes out and he just lights it up and changes everything and shuts everybody up. That's your upside, that he shuts everybody up. It's going to be difficult with an offensive line, and boy, didn't we say this a couple of weeks ago, like, how can Lane Johnson, you can't keep playing on a bad ankle. He's nuts. And sure enough, he's shut down, so things shuffle again there. So there's even more pressure on your quarterback to get through there. But it leads to a remarkable set of circumstances for a very, very interesting football game and a kind of a spotlight for the Eagles here on a Monday night in Philadelphia to see what's going to happen, how Wentz responds, how everybody else responds. Maybe they give the ball to their running back. There's all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes and within the scenes. And for the general manager, I mean, you got Metcalf on the field, a guy that they didn't draft. Yesterday, Chin, a guy they didn't draft, a safety in Carolina, 2 fumbles for touchdowns. I mean, you can say, oh, that's cheap. You can say that about anybody in any draft. They could have had so-and-so. Well, this is instead of their backup quarterback, they could have had this guy. And there were people saying at the draft, why don't you take this kid, even though he might be not a big school. They've done that before, certainly. But, boy, they've missed time and again. And you earn that second, third guess when so many things have gone wrong and so many weeks you can look at guys that you passed on. It's one thing if the guys that you took are producing. It's quite another to have Sunday after Sunday after Sunday after Sunday where guys that you either let go or guys that you didn't take and took somebody else that you whiffed on continue to have impacts in the National Football League. So tonight is an enormous game despite the record.
Hey, Jake Reynolds, thanks for the super chat, bro. Close to 1K. 1K? Well, yeah, dude, thank you very much. Jake Reynolds is another Eagles YouTuber as well.
I'm Amy Lawrence with the Radio.com Sports Minute. Let's get one thing straight. Life is not fair. And in 2020, we all have the choice to moan or adjust to the circumstances we encounter. Broncos head
Out
coach
here.
Fangio said early in the season he did not want his team to be a bunch of bitchers and complainers, but the opportunity presented itself over the weekend.
So, 2K says, okay, I have one more question. If Carson had the same staff from 17, he would have regressed. I thought, well, if he had the same coaching staff, I think he would have played better because I know John DeFilippo was amazing. Carson Wentz. No, I think with if he had that coaching staff, he probably would have played a lot better. Probably. Would there have been some issues? Maybe he would have had some turnovers. Maybe, but I think he would have progressively I think he would have been better. Yeah, I think with that coaching staff, he would have been better, 100%. Steve says, I mean, I know some want Hurts, but the chance to. But only the chances. Hope Carson gets rolled out more. He's daily outside the pocket, accurate in the pocket because the pocket is always collapsing. Well, even when Doug promised, even the last game promised he's going to dial up some outside the pocket plays for Carson Wentz. He went one time in the fourth quarter. He went out of pocket one time in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I think honestly, and you talk about the court, the coaching staff. Press Taylor's got to go. They need another quarterback coach in there. I can't stand Press Taylor. I don't know what he's doing with. Well, Lou Sarah says, "Can we see a dominant game for once offensively? Sight our eyes if we could actually score some." Yeah, I know. Yeah, Steve, you only rolled him out one time in the fourth quarter. One time. That's it. Cameron Holmes says, we ain't winning tonight. You know what? I don't have optimism for winning tonight, but at least if I see our quarterbacks going in the right direction, I think if we do lose tonight, I'm not even sure. I think with that Giants win tonight, especially the Giants, you know what? I think the Giants probably could win the NFC East, the NFC least. Same time, it's like, what are they really winning for? Pride that they're going in the right direction? I don't know at this point. At this point, if we lose tonight, I mean, I think we could lose every single game the rest of the year. But is Doug really going to put in both these quarterbacks this game? It's going to be such a mess.
Why have I played all that old stuff for you?
I don't know. Why are you playing it all?
I'm going to tell you why. Because tonight, Monday Night Football in the city of Philadelphia is huge. It's like the old days. You know why, man? There's two ways to have a great sports event.
Mm-hmm.
One is a great matchup of fine football teams. That does not apply to tonight's game.
I was a little confused.
Does
yes.
not apply.
Yes.
And the second is great human drama associated with a major sports event in a passionate sports city. And that, ladies and gentlemen, you have tonight big time. This is unbelievable how many people are fired up over this.
Yep, lots of storyline.
Name your party. You could be in the Wentz camp. You could be in the Hurts camp. You could be in no camp. Whatever you want. This tonight is really out. Can you imagine right now you're Carson Wentz?
Mm-hmm.
Are you nervous?
I'm mad.
You're mad.
Oh, yeah.
That you stink this year?
No, I'm
Is that
mad
what
that-
you're mad about?
Mad that a storyline came out like this.
Well,
Oh, gosh,
storyline
after the way
came
he's
out.
played out?
You're the worst quarterback in football. What storyline do you like? What
Well, I
would you
would-
prefer?
Oh, I'm either your guy or I'm not your guy.
Well, then
All
you
right.
don't have Doug Peterson answering questions that make it
Wow.
seem like he doesn't know.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you. Ray, I'm going to start with that because more and more, I know, I'm trying to read tea leaves here. Nobody's talking much. More and more it looks like Doug's in trouble. More and more it looks like Doug's in trouble. And he sounds like a coach in trouble because he can't make up his mind.
Nope.
He's Doug Peterson, when it comes to his quarterback controversy, a controversy created by his boss, Howie Roseman, when he spent a second-round pick on another quarterback after giving $128 million to Carson Wentz. Don't ever lose sight of the fact that Howie Roseman created the situation you're now in. This situation is a complete creation of an inept GM, Howie Roseman. I'm getting to him later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's some new stuff to carry. Ruben Frank, he doesn't have a hobby. All he does out is look stuff up, and he's got some
he
damning
does.
stuff on Howie Roseman. But not now. I want to start with the Wentz-Hurts situation and the way Doug is handling it, or actually mishandling it. Let's go back to Sunday after they lost. They lost in Cleveland, a game not attended by owner Jeff Lurie. That's a big
Interesting.
story we'll tackle a little later as well. So they come out after the game, and Doug actually acts a little perplexed now when somebody wants to know who's going to be starting the next
Right.
game. Listen.
You know, with the way the game was going and the elements, and we were just, really a score from putting ourselves back into this football game, I did not consider that.
Would not bench him. Next day, he was asked again at his news conference, and here's what he said there.
Hey, Doug, is Carson Wentz going to start next week?
Yes.
No question about it?
Starter.
Okay.
He's my
Yeah,
starter.
no questions about it. He's our starter.
All right, here's the thing. There's even a pause there. And you're going, what's the pause
There's a
for?
pause in everything.
Yeah.
Is that a confusing question?
No.
Was that, is he a starter? Then there's a pause, yeah.
Didn't appear to be
Yeah,
a trick
right.
question.
By Wednesday, the pause had grown into Al got
Oh, yeah.
pregnant.
It got worse.
Between Monday and Wednesday, the pause got pregnant. And then, Al, he was having a hard time entertaining the question at all.
This one's my
Listen.
favorite.
You're not making that move, right, Doug, to a different quarterback?
Not today on Wednesday, no.
Okay, possibly for Monday.
I'm focused right now on getting better today.
This guy needs to go. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're looking. I don't know. I mean, I would say no. No.
Carson's your starter for Monday.
Yes.
You had to ask 5 times.
Oh, my goodness. My head
Rhea
hurts.
right now. You look woozy. Rhea, these are not complicated questions if you have faith in your quarterback.
No one is trying to trip Doug up.
This is, you understand how weird that sounds? Rhea, Doug Peterson has completely lost his ability to answer a question right now.
Pretty much.
He stumbles and bubbles through that stuff. Why?
Well, the only, if you want to have a conspiracy theory,
Right.
is that Roseman and Lori haven't told him yet.
They haven't told him what yet.
Last year, he had a news conference in which Groh and the receivers coach were coming back.
Right.
And then the next day they weren't.
But see, I got to go to this thing where he said he was talking about the message, right? Listen to the message here.
Look, I think if you get to that spot, whether you don't start him or you bench, I think you're sending the wrong message to your football team that the season's over, and that's a bad message.
But then you're Welch. You don't know what to say 2 days later. How do you? I mean, you can't say one thing's a bad message, the next thing, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I'm not sure.
No, not today. I'm not
Because they're still having
going to change
discussions.
it. Read this for me. He can't. He doesn't know what to do. He's waiting for instructions from above.
I think he doesn't know how to lie.
Yeah.
I think he just doesn't know how to he's got some doubts about his starting quarterback, and he doesn't know how to just cover it up.
Yeah.
And just say, he's my guy, and then when it happens, he moves on. He feels like he has to give an answer to everything.
Right. Now, in a moment, he's going to lie. All right, but I'll get to that. First, I want you to understand, given yet another opportunity to clear who his starter is, here's what he said this time.
I think about a lot of things, Rob, and the question was, is Carson my starter? He's my starter. End of story. And you guys can blow it up however you want it, and that's fine. I'm focused on these players, this coaching staff, and the Seattle Seahawks.
You can blow it up however you want.
We're seeing it in front of our eyes.
He couldn't answer the question for 3 days.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
How are you going to ignore that? This is nuts. This is insanity. We are watching 2 people who won us a Super Bowl melting in the public heat of today. Wentz can't play, and this guy can't talk. The coach can't talk. These are not hard. They are not trick questions. But then, Al, then we get to the real thing. All right, now the story comes out toward the end of the week that Jalen Hurts is getting reps with the starting team.
Mm-hmm.
That only happens when you are pondering using him in a game with the starters.
Mm-hmm.
No other time a coach does that. So here's the thing. So he's asked about it. This would have been Friday. I'm losing track of the lies. I think this was Friday. Could have been Saturday.
I think this is Friday.
Yeah, Friday or Saturday. But anyway, Al, they asked him directly, is Hurts getting more reps? Listen.
Doug, did Jalen Hurts get more reps with the first team offense this week? And are you more open to the possibility of giving him a series or 2 on offense?
As far as the plays and the snaps, I mean, he hasn't gotten any more than he would get throughout the course of the week normally since we've been playing him, and I'm not going to reveal any game plans with him at this time.
Not revealing.
What is that?
Yeah, we were asking you for the scripted first 15 plays.
Yeah, can we have? All right, look, I realize that's too much. Give me the first 12. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? My mind is going. Well, anyway, that was a lie, all right, because Hurts was getting way more snaps, and it was reported everywhere.
Yeah.
It was Tim McMahon got on ESPN, Ian Rappaport.
Yeah, NFL
this is
Network.
the NFL's
Yes.
own network. We're going to play you that because they are not rumor mongers. You understand? It's the NFL Network. It's the league's network.
Ian's being told by someone on the team.
Exactly. Yeah, probably Howie. But anyway, let's. I'm guessing. Anyway, let's listen to Ian Rappaport's report right after Doug said that.
Some intrigue at the quarterback position for the Philadelphia Eagles for tomorrow night. I'm told that rookie Jalen Hurts is expected to get increased snaps at quarterback with Carson Wentz watching from the sideline. That is going to be the first time that's happened. He is far more in the game plan this week than he previously has been. Just one snap last week. Carson Wentz is still the starter, Rich, but certainly they want to get an extended
Makes no
look
sense
at
this
Jalen
point.
Hurts.
Just get him out.
Let's mull this over for a minute. That's, by the way, that's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Now, whether the game plays out, you know how the Carson comes out, drives it right down the field, they score. You know, they are the worst. The Seahawks have the worst pass defense in football.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe he finally, under the gun in this moment, he figures out what he was doing wrong all these weeks and he fixes it. There's always that possibility. But if it isn't, if he stumbles at all and Hurts comes in and plays effectively, now what? Well, Hurts takes you down the field.
He stays in.
Yeah,
He stays in the
Exactly.
game.
Don't take him out.
Right?
He has
And
to stay
now,
in.
at that point, you know what's amazing about this? It occurred to me watching TV yesterday, watching all these other games. Some have fans, some fans.
Yeah.
Some have no fans. If this was ever a full stadium,
Oh,
tonight,
man.
it would be an absolute in-the-moment referendum by 68,000 fans
Too bad
on
it's
whether
not.
they want Wentz to continue.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, 3 and out for a series, they're booing him off the field.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
is very fortunate he selected this year to stink this badly.
Historically.
This
awful.
badly.
This is a good year.
Now, what you're going to see out there today is really horrendous weather.
Yeah.
But it will not affect the game, we do not think, because it'll be all gone by the time the game starts. The winds will be significant, 10 to 15, but not outrageous. So there's no reason that you should not perform well in the
Right.
game tonight. So, without further ado, how do you feel? What do you think's going to happen? Eagles have to win the game to move back into first place in the pathetic NFC East. I will give you my pick, and then Al will pick, and Rio will pick, because I don't want anybody hiding from their position right now on this show this morning. This is a big Monday night football game filled with American sports drama. Seattle 34, Eagles 10.
Well, it's not very dramatic.
You know what? It is finally. I have finally accepted the fact.
Yeah, they stink.
That this Eagles team stinks.
Yeah.
And they ain't beating anybody
No.
good. And they're not beating Russell Wilson,
They didn't
who
beat
they've never beaten.
They haven't beaten Seattle when they were
No,
good.
They haven't. And there's not a chance in the world with no fans to help them that they are going to beat Russell Wilson tonight. 34 Seattle, 10 Eagles. Give the 6 points, win some money. And I don't say that with joy. I'm just telling you, I'm watching a trade wreck in progress. Where the Eagles are right now. Al, by the end of this year, somebody's not going to be here.
Yeah.
Howie, I don't know about Howie. Doug,
I don't know how Howie thrives, but I'm concerned about Doug.
Doug is in trouble. And Carson, they owe a lot of money, but he doesn't look like he can play anymore. Al?
I'll go Seattle 38-31.
Ooh. How are the Eagles?
Hey, guys, if you guys think if the Eagles are embarrassing tonight, press 1 if you think Doug Peterson will get fired if the Eagles are embarrassing tonight. Just press 1 if you think he'll get fired if the Eagles literally play probably the worst game of the season this year. And it probably could be the worst game of the season this year. There's 176 people to chat. If you guys haven't liked this video, hit the like button. When you hit the like button, you support the channel. Appreciate it. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated from you guys. And I don't know what to say, but we're going to see.
Eagles score. I don't think they've scored 31 points in 4 combined games.
Because I think that Seattle's. This is why I wouldn't. This is the danger. Wentz could light them up. He could.
All right. If anybody, it would be these guys because they're terrible. Al Morgani is predicted the Eagles will score 31 points. I should point one thing out. Very recently, they legalized marijuana in New Jersey, where Al lives. You do the math. Reuse.
I won't pick this team again the rest of the year. Seattle 28-17.
It's 28-17. We are all selecting Seattle. We will be polling you a little later in the morning on who you think will win. Seattle will win the poll, too.
Oh, yeah.
Cleveland won the poll. Cleveland won the poll last week. But we are facing major drama. And here's what we're going to do for a giveaway today. Yeah, go ahead. You can't play that enough for me. That was the heyday right there. I got a Brandon Graham Jersey Acme gift card. I got 4 great prizes today. These are great, too, for Christmas. Here's what I need you to give me. Monday Night Football and its day was the coolest thing going.
Yes.
Give me something else that was cool and isn't now. Could be something you do. Could be a person. Was cool, isn't cool. What's cool now?
Oh, God.
And the judge is Al Morganti.
Really?
I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
Because Al Morganti, 30 years ago, 25 years ago, was cool.
You're right.
And he popularized the mullet hairstyle.
Hockey haircut.
Right.
The very first time
A
I met Al
mullet
Morganti.
was hot and now is not.
Either Bob Clark's first or second firing. I forget what it was. I was in college. Al had a mullet.
I know he did. And he rocked the heck out
I
of
looked
it.
across the room. What is that?
Women would swoon with that mullet. But now it's not. Now you have a mullet now. People think
I think
you're...
it's coming back.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's like a redneck. It's not a good thing. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, what was cool and isn't now? It could also be who was cool and isn't now. There's some great ones there. And Al will judge us at the end of the show. 215-592-9494. We'll take your calls when we return. WIP Sports Hype 616.
It is Window Nation's famous year-end sale, which combines two of their best offers of the year.
This is going to get ugly. This is going to get real ugly. BLSG, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Without paying a cent of interest for 5 whole years. That's up to $5,000 in additional savings on the interest.
Does never lie, son. PFF stats 2020. Complete set out of the pocket.
Help you reinvest in your biggest investment, your home. New energy efficient.
You know, and I can't stand it because he'll throw out of the pocket, but he'll throw for like 3 yards. You know, I mean, he'll go out of the pocket, but these play designs are what's going to hurt. And then if we actually get Wentz out of the pocket, these play designs are so bad to where there's no open receiver midfield. I mean, there's nobody. Whatever these route combinations are, these play designs are for these receivers to get these mid-tier throws. We're throwing to the sideline. We're throwing 2-3 yards past the line of scrimmage at this point. Brand Pie, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Love you too. I love you too.
Your in-home or online virtual estimate today. Don't miss this offer. Call now. Tell them Rhea sent you.
Hey. Tonight, it's a new episode of All Rise, the legal drama where one judge is shaking up the...
Ugly. This is going to get so ugly. It really is. Got to run the ball, yeah. Got to run the ball. Everyone say run the ball. We got to run the ball. And there's the thing, too. If Hurts gets to a game, he brings the Eagles all the way down the field. They better not throw Carson there. They better not take him out of the game. That's all I got to say. But this is just such a mess. Like, are they really going to start Carson? I mean, just bench him for the whole game. Why even put him in at this point? At least for this game, just let Hurts start the whole game. Get some evaluation, something out of it. It's like you're going to keep moving quarterbacks in and out. It's just ridiculous. No, I mean, I honestly, I know they're going to, run it with the hot hand, but this is just ridiculous. What's going on, Run It Back? Philly says, rooting for a loss today the rest of the season so everyone gets fired. Seems like that's what everybody wants. Seems like that's what everybody wants. I agree. I don't have us winning the rest of the schedule at all. I mean, I agree with you. I don't. This is ridiculous at this point. Yeah.
Something show. Yes, we made it through another holiday. Made it through the Thanksgiving, Christmas dead ahead in our sights, and it's a Monday in Philadelphia. And Monday night.
Doug doesn't know. Damien says Doug doesn't know what run the football is. Daniel says I think he plays a bad half. I don't think Wentz is gonna. I don't care if the Seahawks are the last ranked pass defense. I could care less about that.
It's got so many elements to it for a basically what could be a lifeless season. There's all kinds of stuff going on when the Eagles take the field against Seattle, and A lot of it has to do with the quarterback, the general manager, the coach, the backup quarterback, the offensive line, the Hall of Famers. It's this. What a stew they have going on for a game that you could argue was, it's the Eagles, they are a 3-win team. No, this has got all sorts of stuff, the tentacles coming out of this monster, and you're going to get a firsthand view of it with how guys respond to pressure, what Wentz looks like, how a story comes out that they might be going to have more plays for Hurts. It's just got the elements of this thing go on and on and on. I personally dislike that it even came out that they may be moving on from Wentz, which I think most logical people would have thought, yeah, that's reasonable. But when you put some sort of voice to it or some sort of gravity to it with stories that come out from within, that changes everything. And I don't like going into a game with that situation there. I don't like being halfway behind you. You're either back a guy or you don't back a guy. I don't publicly. And this, whether you want to say it was blind quotes or whatever, it's pretty public for it to come out like this and not have much kickback from it. I think this is sort of like, what are they doing here? Trying to cover two bases and having none covered by doing so? So you do have the hope, I guess, that Wentz is so good that there's no issue, and he comes out and he just lights it up and changes everything and shuts everybody up. That's your upside, that he shuts everybody up. It's going to be difficult with an offensive line, and boy, didn't we say this a couple of weeks ago, like, how can Lane Johnson, he can't keep playing on a bad ankle. He's nuts. And sure enough, he's shut down, so things shuffle again there. So there's even more pressure on your quarterback to get through there. But it leads to a remarkable set of circumstances for a very, very interesting football game and a kind of a spotlight for the Eagles here on a Monday night in Philadelphia to see what's going to happen, how Wentz responds, how everybody else responds. Maybe they give the ball to their running back. There's all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes and within the scenes. And for the general manager, I mean, you got Metcalf on the field, a guy that they didn't draft. Yesterday, Chin, a guy they didn't draft, a safety in Carolina, 2 fumbles for touchdowns. I mean, you can say, oh, that's cheap. You can say that about anybody in any draft. They could have had so-and-so. Well, this is instead of their backup quarterback, they could have had this guy. And there were people saying at the draft, why don't you take this kid, even though he might be not a big school. They've done that before, certainly. But, boy, they've missed time and again. And you earn that second, third guess when so many things have gone wrong and so many weeks you can look at guys that you passed on. It's one thing if the guys that you took are producing. It's quite another to have Sunday after Sunday after Sunday after Sunday where guys that you either let go or guys that you didn't take and took somebody else that you whiffed on continue to have impacts in the National Football League. So tonight is an enormous game, despite the record, whatever first place means, whatever right now in the division. It's way more than first place. All right, Andrew Cataldi, Rhea Hughes coming up. That's Something Show. Time of 94 WIP 551.
I'm Amy Lawrence with the Radio.com Sports Minute. Let's get one thing straight. Life 2020, we all have the choice to moan or adjust to the circumstances we encounter. Broncos head coach Vic Fangio said early in the season he did not want his team to be
Everybody wants Doug fired after this game. If I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if the Eagles, if they embarrass themselves tonight. Yeah, he's been sacked 40 times so far this year. I think, his rookie year, he was sacked, 36 at the end of the year? I think after the last game, he was sacked, 37 times in 2016. I think he's been sacked 40 times so far. We still have another 6 games left on our schedule. Pretty bad. Hurts over Chin. Right, Franklin. I agree. But now you have no choice. Now could be a blessing in disguise. Could be, obviously it's bad. To the point where, if you really thought about it, you could have had Justin Jefferson, you could have had DK Metcalf in your wide receiver group. But at the same time, it's not. I don't even care about that because honestly, I mean, the DK Metcalf thing I do care about. But with Jalen Reagor here, he's just not being used the right way. Guarantee you 100% if he's on another team, he'd be flourishing. Flourishing. Marquise Graham, Philly native Mike Mayock made his young, more talented team. The thing is, Mike Mayock is very good with the draft. Mike Mayock used to run the draft. Mike Mayock was like a cheat code going to Las Vegas Raiders. He was a cheat code going there. Mike Mayock was covering our I remember Mike Mayock used to cover our preseason games. Mike Mayock is like a huge cheat code for the draft. That guy knows how to draft. To send Alex says, who do we get if we fire Doug? Do you think the Eagles will replace him with an OC or defense-minded coach? Maybe Robert on the 49ers as a head coach and get an OC. Dude, I have to see who gets fired and stuff first for anything, but we just need a change. We need the coach, and we need... I don't think Lurie's going to keep Doug around. I mean, he just looks... making himself look stupid now. Howie Roseman's got to go before anybody. I don't care at this point. If they fire Doug after this game, put in Deuce Staley as the interim head coach, let him run the offense, whatever it is, it is. I think Lurie does care. Lurie definitely cares, so I don't think he doesn't care.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the WIP Morning Show. Why am I playing all that old stuff for you?
I don't know. Why are you playing it all?
I'm going to tell you why. Because tonight, Monday Night Football in the city of Philadelphia is huge. It's like the old days. You know why, man? There's two ways to have a great sports event. Mm-hmm. One is a great matchup of fine football teams. That does not apply to tonight's game.
I was a little confused.
Does not apply. Yes. And the second is great human drama associated with a major sports event in a passionate sports city. And that, ladies and gentlemen, you have tonight big time. This is unbelievable how many people are fired up over this.
Yep, lots of storyline.
Name your party. You could be in the Wentz camp. You could be in the Hurts camp. You could be in no camp. Whatever you want. This tonight is really out. Can you imagine right now you're Carson Wentz? Mm-hmm. Are you nervous?
I'm mad.
You're mad?
Yeah.
That you stink this year?
No,
is that what you're mad about?
I'm mad that a storyline came out like this.
Well, a storyline
after
came
the way he's
out.
Played out.
You're the worst quarterback in football. What storyline do you like? What would you prefer?
Oh, I'm either your guy or I'm not your guy.
Well, then you don't have Doug Peterson answering questions that make it seem like he doesn't know.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you. Ray, I'm going to start with that because more and more, I know, I'm trying to read tea leaves here. Nobody's talking much. More and more it looks like Doug's in trouble. More and more it looks like Doug's in trouble. And he sounds like a coach in trouble because he can't make up his mind. He's Doug Peterson, when it comes to his quarterback controversy, a controversy created by his boss, Howie Roseman, when he spent a second-round pick on another quarterback after giving $128 million to Carson Wentz. Don't ever lose sight of the fact that Howie Roseman created the situation you're now in. This situation is a complete creation of an inept GM, Howie Roseman. I'm getting to him later. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's some new stuff to care. Reuben Frank, he doesn't have a hobby. All he does out is look stuff up, and he's got some damning stuff on Howie Roseman. But not now. I want to start with the Wentz-Hurts situation and the way Doug is handling it, or actually mishandling it. Let's go back to Sunday. After they lost. They lost in Cleveland. A game not attended by owner Jeff Lurie. That's a big story we'll tackle a little later as well. So they come out after the game, and Doug actually acts a little perplexed now when somebody wants to know who's going to be starting the next game. Listen.
You know, with the way the game was going and the elements, and we were just, really a score from putting ourselves back into this football game. I did not consider that.
Would not bench him. Next day, he was asked again at his news conference, and here's what he said there.
Hey, Doug, is Carson Wentz going to start next week?
Yes.
No question about it?
Starter.
Okay.
He's my starter.
Yeah, no questions about it. He's our starter.
All right, here's the thing. There's even a pause there. And you're going, what's the pause
There's
for?
a pause in everything.
Is that a confusing question?
No.
Was that, is he a starter? Then there's a pause, yeah.
Didn't appear to be a trick
Right.
question.
By Wednesday, the pause had grown into Al got pregnant. Between Monday and Wednesday, the pause got pregnant. And then Al, he was having a hard time entertaining the question at all. Listen.
You're not making that move, right, Doug, to a different quarterback?
Not today on Wednesday, no.
Okay, possibly for Monday?
I'm focused right now on getting better today. I mean, we're looking. I don't know. I mean, I would say no.
Carson's your starter for Monday?
Yes.
You had to ask 5 times.
Oh, my goodness. My head
Rhea
hurts.
right now. Rhea, you look woozy. Rhea, these are not complicated questions if you have faith in your quarterback.
No one is trying to trip Doug up.
This is, you understand how weird that sounds? Rhea, Doug Peterson has completely lost his ability to answer a question right now. He stumbles and bubbles through that stuff. Why?
Well, the only thing, if you want to have a conspiracy theory,
right,
is that Roseman and Lori haven't told him yet.
They haven't told him what yet?
Last year, he had a news conference in which Groh and the receivers coach were coming back.
Right.
And then the next day they weren't.
But see, I got to go to this thing where he said he was talking about the message, right? Listen to the message here.
Look, I think if you get to that spot, whether you don't start him or you bench, I think you're sending the wrong message to your football team that the season's over, and that's a bad message.
But then you're Welch. You don't know what to say 2 days later. How do you? I mean, you can't say one thing's a bad message, the next thing, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I'm not sure.
No, not today. I'm not
Because they're still having
going to change
discussions.
it. Al, read this for me. He can't. He doesn't know what to do. He's waiting for instructions from above.
I think he doesn't know how to lie.
Yeah.
I think he just doesn't know how he's got some doubts about his starting quarterback, and he doesn't know how to just cover it up.
Yeah.
And just say, he's my guy, and then when it happens, he moves on. He feels like he has to give an answer to everything.
Right. Now, in a moment, he's going to lie. All right, but I'll get to that. First, I want you to understand, given yet another opportunity to clear who his starter is, here's what he said this time.
I think about a lot of things, Rob, and the question was, is Carson my starter? He's my starter. End of story. And you guys can blow it up however you want it, and that's fine. I'm focused on these players, this coaching staff, and the Seattle Seahawks.
You can blow it up however you want. He couldn't answer the question for 3 days.
It's ridiculous.
How are you going to ignore that? This is nuts. This is insanity. We are watching two people who won us a Super Bowl melting in the public heat of today. Wentz can't play, and this guy can't talk. The coach can't talk. These are not hard. They are not trick questions. But then, Al, then we get to the real thing. All right, now the story comes out toward the end of the week that Jalen Hurts is getting reps with the starting team. That only happens when you are pondering using him in a game with the starters. No other time a coach does that. So here's the thing. So he's asked about it. This would have been Friday. I'm losing track of the lies. I think this was Friday. Could have been Saturday.
I think this is Friday.
Yeah, Friday or Saturday. But anyway, Al, they asked him directly, is Hurts getting more reps? Listen.
Doug, did Jalen Hurts get more reps with the first team offense this week? And are you more open to the possibility of giving him a series or two on offense?
As far as the plays and the snaps, I mean, he hasn't gotten any more than he would get throughout the course of the week normally since we've been playing him. And I'm not going to reveal any game plans with him at this time.
Not revealing.
What is that?
Yeah, we were asking you for the scripted first 15 plays.
Yeah, can we have? All right, look, I realize that's too much. Give me the first 12. You know, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? My mind is going. Well, anyway, that was a lie. All right, because Hurts was getting way more snaps, and it was reported everywhere.
Yeah.
It was Tim McMahon got on ESPN. Ian Rappaport.
Yeah, NFL
this is
Network.
the NFL's
Yes.
own network. We're going to play you that because they are not rumor mongers. You understand? It's the NFL Network. It's the league's network.
Ian's being told by someone on the team.
Exactly. Yeah, probably Howie. But anyway, let's I'm guessing. Anyway, let's listen to Ian Rappaport's report right after Doug said that.
Some intrigue at the quarterback position for the Philadelphia Eagles for tomorrow night. I'm told that rookie Jalen Hurts is expected to get increased snaps at quarterback with Carson Wentz watching from the sideline. That is going to be the first time that's happened. He is far more in the game plan this week than he previously has been. Just one snap last week. Carson Wentz is still the starter, Rich, but certainly they want to get an extended look at Jalen Hurts.
All right, let's mull this over for a minute. That's, by the way, that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Now, whether the game plays out, you know how the Carson comes out, drives it right down the field, they score. You know, they are the worst. The Seahawks have the worst pass defense in football.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe he finally, under the gun in this moment, he figures out what he was doing wrong all these weeks and he fixes it.
Mm-hmm.
There's always that possibility. But if it isn't, if he stumbles at all and Hurts comes in and plays effectively, now what? Well, Hurts takes you down the field.
He stays in.
Yeah,
He stays in the game.
He has to.
Right? And now, at that point, you know what's amazing about this? This occurred to me watching TV yesterday, watching all these other games. Some have fans, some fans.
Yeah.
Some have no fans. If this was ever a full stadium tonight, it would be an absolute in-the-moment referendum by 68,000 fans on whether they want Wentz to continue.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, 3 and out for a series, they're booing him off the field.
Yeah.
He is very fortunate he selected this year to stink this badly.
Historically.
This badly.
This is a good year.
Now, what you're going to see out there today is really horrendous weather.
Yeah.
But it will not affect the game, we do not think, because it'll be all gone by the time the game starts. The winds will be significant, 10 to 15, but not outrageous. So there's no reason that you should not perform well in the game tonight. So, without further ado, how do you feel? What do you think's going to happen? Eagles have to win the game to move back into first place in the pathetic NFC East. I will give you my pick, and then Al will pick, and Rio will pick, because I don't want anybody hiding from their position right now on this show this morning. This is a big Monday night football game filled with American sports drama. Seattle 34, Eagles 10.
Well, it's not very dramatic.
You know what? It is finally. I have finally accepted the fact.
Yeah, they stink.
That this Eagles team stinks.
Yeah.
And they ain't beating anybody
No.
good. And they're not beating Russell Wilson,
They didn't
who
beat
they've never beaten.
They haven't beaten Seattle when they were
No,
good.
They haven't. And there's not a chance in the world with no fans to help them that they are going to beat Russell Wilson tonight. 34 Seattle, 10 Eagles. Give the 6 points, win some money. And I don't say that with joy. I'm just telling you, I'm watching a trade wreck in progress. Where the Eagles are right now. Al, by the end of this year, somebody's not going to be here.
Yeah.
Howie, I don't know about Howie. Doug,
I don't know how Howie's thrives, but I'm concerned about Doug.
Doug is in trouble. And Carson, they owe a lot of money, but he doesn't look like he can play anymore. Al?
I'll go Seattle 38-31.
Ooh. How are the Eagles
What?
scoring? I don't think they've scored 31 points in 4 combined games.
Because I think that Seattle can. This is why I wouldn't. This is the danger. Wentz could light them up. He could.
All right. If anybody would be these guys, because they're terrible. Al Morganti is predicted the Eagles will score 31 points. I should point one thing out. Very recently, they legalized marijuana in New Jersey, where Al lives. You do the math. Reuse.
I won't pick this team again the rest of the year. Seattle 28-17.
It's 28-17. We are all selecting Seattle. We will be polling you a little later in the morning on who you think will win. Seattle will win the poll, too.
Oh, yeah.
Cleveland won the poll. Cleveland won the poll last week. But we are facing major drama. And here's what we're going to do for a giveaway today. Yeah, go ahead. You can't play that enough for me. That was the heyday right there. I got a Brandon Graham Jersey Acme gift card. I got 4 great prizes today. These are great, too, for Christmas. Here's what I need you to give me. Monday Night Football and its day was the coolest thing going.
Yes.
Give me something else that was cool and isn't now. Could be something you do. Could be a person. Was cool, isn't cool. What's cool now?
Oh, God.
And the judge is Al Morganti.
Really?
And I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
Because Al Morganti, 30 years ago, 25 years ago, was cool.
You're right.
And he popularized the mullet hairstyle.
Hockey haircut.
Right.
The very first time I met
mullet
him.
is a bigger problem than Doc.
I don't know. All arrows point back to that general manager's position, man.
No, I agree, but he loves the guy. He loves the guy.
He's kept him around for a long time.
A long time at his expense. Wait till you hear these Ruben Frank numbers. Howie Roseman, Ruben is exposed once and for all. A fact we should all accept now. Howie Roseman is awful at the draft.
All you got to do is watch the NFL every Sunday.
God, every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Howie Roseman, a great player, could collide with Howie on a sideline, and Howie would not notice that was a great player.
He'd ask if he had a brother he could draft that was in the band.
That
he
played
needs a brother.
on the West Coast, and nobody saw him at 2 in the morning.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. When they go up there, when they show Jeff Lurie tonight, I need everybody who's watching that game to do like a little thought bubble over his head. What is he thinking? Because now they're going to get beat big tonight.
6 more weeks.
They're going. No, they're going to. Al, they're going to get beat tonight. Probably very soundly, because they are not as good as the Seahawks. I don't care how bad their defense is. They're not. So what? When they show him up there, is he pondering who he's got to get rid of? That's the drama. That's why I love these kind of games out, because there's drama everywhere. Wherever you look, there's something exciting going on. The only thing that may detract from it is the actual performance of the Eagles on the field. That may not be so exciting. Scott's on the live from Barrington. Hi, Scotty.
Brother Angela, morning crew. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving.
Yes, we did. The Cowboys got beat 41-16.
Man, that was the icing on the cake right there. Where I was at, the food was excellent. My fiance's brother-in-law has a bar downstairs, pool table, and that was just the icing on the cake. But Brother Angela, back
to me, it was the whole cake. But all right, whatever. Either way, it's great. They lost. They kept showing up in the. They showed it several times. Jerry Jones. Did he look like he had a bad clam or something up there, Scott?
Man, a bad toothache or something, man. It's like his face is like somebody calling and said, "Look, you need another face surgery." But Brother Angelo, so our drama.
Yeah.
You got to blame Howie. Again, not kicking for Coach Peterson. I'm gonna get to him. Coach Peterson's only working with what he had. Again, we can look at all the mishaps how he had, but then you can blame Coach Peterson because he's not having his team ready. Regardless of what you're working with, you still got to get these guys ready, and he hasn't. It's clearly seen. So.
All right. Nobody's arguing Howie. I'm going to be getting him in a few minutes because Howie is just awful at the draft. But Scott, when you ask the coach who his quarterback is that really a confusing question?
Apparently it is to Coach Peterson. That's why you have to blame him because, like I said, he's not getting these guys prepared or nothing, Brother Angelo. You have to. You have to. Regardless of what you're working with, you got to get these boys ready.
I'm listening to the thing. I know you were on Friday, Al. You probably dealt with this on Friday, where he couldn't answer the question who the quarterback was?
Yeah.
And it took him 3 stabs at it to finally get it?
Yeah.
Well, John Johnson's head must have been melting. He must have been highly critical.
His is pre-melted.
Scott. That, Brother Angelo, but he didn't.
No, I got to tell you something, man. I'm going to play this again. I have been incredulous for 5 days about. I'm going to put you out for a second, here, Scott. He was asked for 2 days saying that Wentz was his guy. He was asked on Wednesday. We had completed our show, and he was asked this question, and I still can't believe the byplay. Listen.
You're not making that move, right, Doug, to a different quarterback?
Not today on Wednesday, no.
Okay, possibly for Monday?
I'm focused right now on getting better today. I mean, we're looking. I don't know. I mean, I would say no.
Carson's your starter for Monday.
Yes.
3 times.
I think part of it.
That is the most embarrassing sequence of Doug Peterson's time here.
But I think part of it is.
Right.
I think he's trying to be snarky with a particular guy, and he doesn't know how to do it.
I don't think so. Scott, that is not a hard question.
Nah, he stumbled when he said, not today on Wednesday.
What does that mean, not today? There's no game on Wednesday.
Yeah, look. Man, he's stumbling and rumbling and fumbling. I know you don't like him, but, man, sometimes I think I kind of miss Andy Reid. I'm sorry. I know you don't like him, Brother Angelo.
Scott, don't do that. Scott, don't do that.
I enjoy watching that team play. I'm sorry. Yes, I do.
Rhea doesn't, and no one does.
No, I'm sorry.
Scott, get to something that is not cool, and I would accept Andy Reid as an answer.
Something that's not cool is Coach Peterson. He was 3 years ago.
All right, that's a good one. Doug Peterson, I'll put him down, Scotty. He was very cool. All right, I knew I would be getting this call, and it came in very early today. And you know what, Al? For once, I'm going to acknowledge that he is right and we are wrong. Because on the line with us is a man whose team is in first place in the NFC East, Adrian, the Giants fan. Hi, Adrian.
I told you, Angelo, we was going to win the division, baby.
You got a juggernaut going now, pal. That Colt McCoy looks amazing.
Hey, look better than that Wentz. You should not be talking about no quarterback. That stink bomb you got down there in South Philadelphia.
I know it, but we're very perplexed. It's a very sensitive topic. Could you stay on your Giants thing? We don't really need your input on our team.
Yeah, it's $32 million, baby.
All right.
Hey, look,
anyway,
man, I just think we're just better coach, man. We're just better coach, man. These guys come to play, man. They come to play.
Yeah.
They come to play.
Adrian, I got to tell you, the game ends. I'm watching the Giants game almost exclusively yesterday. It was a bad game, but it was still entertaining to me.
Yeah.
It was competitive.
Did you notice that John Gonzalez was quarterbacking the Bengals team? Looked exactly like him.
Yeah, he did.
It was very
Adrian,
funny.
my phone rings right at the end of the game. I mean, right at the end. And I don't even know how they do that, Al. But instead of just getting the voice, the head came up on the screen. FaceTime, I think that is. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
And it's my 2 grandsons, Adrian, talking smack at me because they're big Giants fans. They're killing me, Adrian.
We back, baby. We back.
You got no class. You all these years you've been horrible. The first time you get in first place, you got to act like a jackass?
Hey, look, Angelo, I'm really calm about it because we might lose our quarterback for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So
they're saying that's pretty bad.
We won the game, but it cost us. It was a costly win.
Well, the thing is, you need what? 2 more wins will get it for you. You need 2 more the rest of the way, Adrian. You got this thing.
I think it's 1.
Get it for it.
1.
I think it can do it with 1.
I think you need 6.
I don't think so. I think it's 5.
That's the saddest thing I've heard all morning.
You know what, Adrian? I'm going to say one thing to you, and it's based on the fact that my son and my grandsons are Giants fans. If the Eagles cannot do this, Adrian, my heart and soul is with your New York Giants.
Well, hey, Angelo, I mean, we all know deep down inside you're a New Yorker, so.
No, not at all. All right, get out of here. Get out of here, Adrian. They've really been down for a while. And they, by the way, they still stink.
Yes, they do.
Don't get me wrong. If Joe Burrow had not been hurt the previous week, they would have gotten smoked yesterday.
Yes.
They would have. Because the guy that was behind him looks like John Gonzalez. I think John Gonzalez is as good a quarterback.
We saw some interesting quarterbacks yesterday.
Yeah.
I want to get to the Denver thing.
God.
By the way, what the NFL did enforcing that, I couldn't applaud louder because Denver didn't care about the pandemic and they got embarrassed on national TV with no quarterbacks. Delightful to me. All right? Ava Graham,
Yes.
this is going to be interesting. Marcus Hayes coming up in a second. Where are we right now in our question today, Ava Graham?
All right, we're broadcasting live from the TC Cake Studio, 94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. This Twitter question is brought to you by Armin Chevrolet of Ardmore. Armin carries a variety of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Visit ArminChevy.com before you buy your next pre-owned vehicle. Which quarterback are you rooting hardest for tonight? 59% Carson Wentz.
Wow, that's more than I thought.
Yep. Jalen Hurts, 26%.
Wow.
Russell Wilson, 15% of the vote.
He got 15 now. He got some.
This
He's
is
a
sad.
superb.
That's
He's
sad.
a very good
Wrong of
quarterback.
you to include it.
Yeah.
It's not wrong. It's what you call journalism. I'm getting all
Really?
sides of the story. All right, anyway, speaking of journalism, there's nobody doing it better in this city right now than the great Marcus Hayes. He's fired off. I'm losing track of how many great columns he's written. From the Inquirer.com, the Daily News, Marcus Hayes. Hi, Marcus.
You must have terrible arithmetic skills.
All right, Marcus, let me start with this basic question. What is better from your perspective? A great matchup for a sports event or just big drama associated with it like we have tonight with the Eagles and the Seahawks?
I'd rather see the matchup because the drama is usually artificial. I mean, I don't know what is the compelling drama tonight with the Seahawks and the Eagles. I mean, how do you define that?
Oh, I'd be happy to. We have what you would call in this city, Marcus, a quarterback controversy. We have you don't see that? That's a big deal. That's manufactured.
Yeah, I don't think, and I'm a pretty big, Carson's having a horrible season advocate, but I'm not a very big Jalen Hurts is the answer or could play quarterback in the NFL immediately guy. Here's the crazy thing, right? 2 years ago, when Colin Kaepernick, 3 years ago, when Colin Kaepernick was available as a backup quarterback for the Super Bowl, and they chose to promote the ability of Nate Sudfeld to win the Super Bowl, if you remember that correctly, right?
I do. It's pathetic.
And now Nate Sudfeld can't get dressed. I mean, that's the crazy thing to me. If Carson Wentz is arguably the worst starting quarterback this side of Mitch Trubisky, how does Nate Sudfeld no longer factor in? And why is he here?
Yeah.
That, to me, should be the quarterback controversy. Why isn't Nate Sudfeld, the guy who you were going to trust to win the Super Bowl, not an option?
Wow. His name hasn't come up. Mark, let me take a second stab at the manufactured drama thing. How about this? Because I'm going to base this next one on a great column you wrote a couple of days ago. Are we watching a man who won a Super Bowl 3 years ago, Doug Peterson, attempt to get fired right now 3 years later? Is that what's going on here?
That's the crazy thing. Like, I don't believe Doug is trying to get fired, but I don't believe Doug cares whether or not he gets fired. I think he's trying to win football games, but I think he's so exasperated with ownership, management, and the media that he's just like, you know what? I got a Super Bowl. I'm gonna get a job tomorrow if I get fired. So I'm just be Doug. I think I think he's frustrated with his team as well. I think he's frustrated with guys who aren't being professional in practice. He's frustrated with a quarterback who won't do the responsible and unselfish thing over and over and over again. I think he's very frustrated. So I believe Doug Peterson's at the point where he says, you know what? If it happens, it happens. I'm going to be me.
All right. Well, let me see if I can find one more thing he's frustrated with. Do you think Doug is frustrated with his bosses?
With his what now?
His bosses. Howie Rose.
Oh, yes.
Jeff Lurie.
When saying management, I'm talking about Howie and Jeffrey and the people who are making personnel decisions and the people who have, who used a second-round pick to, instead of adding another wide receiver
Thank you for the super chat, Esperita Booth. Appreciate the support. Always a great supporter of the channel. There are 161 people in the chat. If you guys haven't liked this video, hit the like button. Really does help push the content out there. And when you hit the like button, it does support this channel. You know how YouTube is. And if you guys haven't subscribed, you guys are doing an Eagles content creator with news every day, every week. Following this team, passionate fan. And yeah, let's get straight to it, guys. Let's get straight to it. Appreciate the super chat, Burry. Oh, this is going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. A mess.
Or a, functioning linebacker got him, and it gave him someone who could create a quarterback controversy in Jalen Hurts. And I don't mind the pick. I think the pick in theory is valid, assuming you think Nate Sudfeld can't play dead. But, I mean, at this point, Doug Peterson's coming off 2 9-win seasons, and he knows he's coaching for his job. I wrote a column going into the season saying that both he and Howie are coaching to retain the positions that they have. I don't think Howie gets fired, but I think Howie gets demoted again.
Not again. All right, let me get. There's
What are
one
they going
more
to send
thing.
him to now?
Hold on. I'm still in this
Pretty much,
quarterback
yeah. Just get him out.
controversy because you have advocated to see more of Jalen Hurts. Here's the issue there, Marcus. What if he looks great? What if he way outperforms Carson Wentz? Though you then have to consider a permanent move to Hurts?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what if Jalen Reagor way outperforms Deshaun Jackson if Deshaun Jackson ever played a game? I mean, this is the NFL. You play the best player. You don't draft a guy in the second round to never play him. If he dresses, he plays. My contention is, all right, so Jalen Hurts is averaging 5.7 yards per play, all right? That's spectacular for a gadget guy who everybody knows is going to get the ball every time he touches it, right? Or that the play is going to be focused on him. It's incredible what he's done so far. There have been some plays that blew up, but he's been pretty productive. So I don't understand the existence of Jalen Hurts on the roster if you're not going to use him, or if you're going to use him once like they did last week. That to me is you're butting your head into a wall. You can't draft a guy, dress him, and play him a little bit, and then say, oh, we're worried about Carson Wentz's psyche and feelings, because that horse has left the barn.
Absolutely. I'm going to get back to football in a couple of minutes, but Marcus, you did an amazing thing over the weekend. I've never seen a column quite like this. You wanted to address the fact that the Phillies had a bloodbath. 20% of their entire staff was laid off the night before Thanksgiving. And all you did was give us a timeline of all these incredible missteps that the team has had in the past little while. And I'm going to tell you something, Mark, it was very effective the way you presented that. But I didn't get your true opinion on what you thought of what they did and the timing of it on the night before Thanksgiving.
Well, I called them turkeys, so I thought that was pretty. Pretty clear.
Right.
Clarity in my prose has been an issue in the past, but I don't think it was very. I don't think there was much question that I didn't like how they did it, how they did what they did, or what they did. You're talking about an ownership group that's probably worth somewhere between $4 and $5 billion. Yeah. And even if they lost, $150 million this year, they made $300 last year. I have no sympathy for the destitute rich.
No, it's like, you know what it is, Marcus? I don't ever remember, and a lot of people have basically gone up in flames in this town. I've never seen anybody like Middleton, who's gone from the golden boy to a villain as fast as he has. Have you ever seen that? No one likes him now.
I've never seen anybody go from being an anonymous tobacco guy who, tried to take all the money away from his sister to the glory boy. I mean, how did he become a hero? By overpaying Bryce Harper?
No, he said a lot of stuff.
By overpaying Jake Arrieta.
No, I'm going to tell you exactly how he did it. He said, we're going to win another championship or I'm going to die trying. He was talking a good game, Marcus, but he didn't back it up.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, But the hilarious part about that is the people who ate that stuff up were the people who ate up Jeffrey Lurie saying, okay, I'm going to mimic every successful franchise. First San Francisco, then Green Bay, then New England. And I'm going to mimic them, and we're going to win multiple championships, for 20 years. And that's how Jeffrey Lurie became popular and unpopular very, very quickly.
It's true.
Because
very good point.
Who cares what they say? No owner is going to.
Got another super chat from Esperita Booth with $20 super chat. Thank you very much. She says, thanks for streaming, Joey. I appreciate it very much. I really do appreciate it. Anybody in here, 180 people in here. Look, we're all going through this tonight. I mean, this is going to be on the fly. I do this every week, obviously after the game or pretty much late or the day of the game to, obviously before the game happens. But we're going to get slaughtered tonight. It's going to happen. I don't care if the, Seattle's last ranked pass defense, it doesn't matter to me how it's going to go. But they're literally going to go back and forth with both these quarterbacks. If this quarterback gets down the field and scores, we're keeping him in. If he screws up once, we're going to put the other quarterback in. They can't do this every game. I hope they don't do this every game. I hope they at least give Jalen Hurts at least a game. Let Carson sit on the bench for a game. I mean, the guy should even play right now. Get a mental break out of Carson Wentz for a game, which is kind of crazy. So, Burrito Booth, thank you very much for that super chat. Much appreciated. And the support's been unreal from you guys. There are 178 people in the chat. Guys, haven't liked this video, help the channel out very much. You hit that like button, you support the channel. You know how YouTube is. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, either hit the subscribe button. I've been doing this since 2016, and more content is on the way, and close to 10,000 subscribers. So it's been a hell of a ride with everybody here, and we're going to pull through it together. So let's get through it.
Come into town or take over and say, hey, we're going to be mediocre.
All right, best bet, since they're cutting people, you think there's any chance the Phillies end up signing Real Muto?
Oh, God, no.
No. That's the way I'm reading it. Yeah.
I think that ship has sailed as well. If I'm Real Muto, would you want to be here?
No, I wouldn't. That's a great point. Not the way things are going. No.
It's free agency. It's not, restricted free. I mean, he can do what he wants. And, I mean, there are lots of – imagine how badly you have to mess up repeatedly over the last few years to be considered the worst franchise in a town where the Sixers exist.
All right, last thing, Marcus. Last thing. You got to love Marcus, you know all sports, but you really know football. What's going to happen tonight?
If Carson is decent, they can win the game. If the offensive line is solid, and I think it's probably its best iteration tonight, even though Lane Johnson isn't there, considering Peters is playing right guard and Mailata's playing left tackle, he could be protected well enough so they could score enough points against a poor Seattle defense, especially a poor pass defense, that they could win the game. And they win the game, everything kind of changes, this is the game that they could win during this 5-game stretch before they play, I think it's Dallas, then Washington at the end, that wins them the NFC East. So, they got an extra day to prepare. They've got, if it wasn't Russell Wilson, I'd pick them outright. But Russell Wilson has a way of, sort of mastering them to some degree. But, yeah, they could definitely win this game. It's going to be a fun game to watch because of the matchup, less because of the drama, I'd say.
All right. Well, either way, it's going to be great. Marcus says if you're not reading him every day, you're missing the best stuff on Inquirer.com. Thank you, Mark. It's always a pleasure.
All right. Take care, y'all.
There you go. All right. He's never predictable. He's a columnist.
Yeah.
And he is basically shrugging at this incredible drama.
Yeah.
You got a guy that we have watched through all these years, 5 years now, Carson Wentz. Tonight, he's playing for his job. Now, it may just be temporary, but if he stumbles tonight and Hurts comes in, and in the package that they're using Hurts with, he is more effective than Wentz, boom! You now have what Howie Roseman put into play at the draft.
Yeah.
You have a official, full-blown quarterback controversy.
Oh, yeah.
And I guarantee you, see how they right now 2 out of 3 of the people are Wentz over Hurts? That will swing 100% if Hurts looks better than Wentz tonight.
Yeah. Or
Human drama. Monday Night Football. Love it. Oh, man. These are the old days, Al. This is when Monday Night Football wasn't a
The old days.
the Eagles are this situation with their quarterback. I was watching college football and they were talking about it.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
No, it's
wow.
everywhere.
It's like, what the hell happened to Wentz?
No, they can't. No one has an answer. No one. I have had emails from doctors describing the long-term effects of concussion.
Yeah.
As if I understood anything they were writing.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
No.
AB is on the line next. Hi, AB.
Angelo, morning show. How y'all doing?
This is AB. You got a great new song about the Birds that I can't play because they don't win anymore.
I know, but listen. I got a theory for everything.
All right.
Carson Wentz will turn the corner tonight.
Tonight.
This is the game where they hurt him at last year. He has a serious chip on the shoulder behind
but
that.
the guy isn't
as well as
there.
all the media.
Clowney is not there, but you're right that this was the team that did that, and maybe this would wake him up.
Listen, he's going to wake up tonight. We're going to win. We're going to turn around, win the division, and we're going to turn this whole dramatized season around.
All right, wow, that is a very hot take because not many people agree with you. I hope you understand that, AB.
I know that, but I'm against all odds, and there's a new song that you call Redemption.
It's great.
It's about Carson Wentz redemption against this team.
No, I understand. I've heard this song. You sent it to me. I know it's your best song ever, but how can I play it when they're losing?
Okay, but listen, the one you're talking about is Spread Your Wings. There's another one that I sent you called Redemption. It's called Redemption, and it's all about this hit and this team. Trust me, tonight Carson will show.
Wait. You have a song named Redemption, and you say tonight it will actually play out. When are you going to send me this song? Because then I could play it tomorrow.
Hey, Andrew, if you look on your list, I've sent it to you already, but I will send it again if it didn't get there by any chance.
What is this? You're on like this writing thing where you're just pounding out songs every day, AB.
During the
Andrew,
pandemic.
make the song in 20 minutes.
And it's all done in your head? You have the whole song done?
Everything in my head. Never use a pen in over 20 years.
You never use a pen? How do you know what to say when the thing is running?
Either does
You
Al.
know, it's something that you do, and it comes over time, and I can just make a song within 20 minutes. No ink pen, no paper, no nothing.
All right, I need Redemption. I'm going to play it tomorrow after the Eagles win.
Okay, I'll definitely send it over to you tonight.
All right, AB. Thank you very much. I
right,
have a strong suspicion I won't be playing it tomorrow because there won't be Redemption.
You never know.
But you never know. All right, anyway, where are we right now on the show? Al, you got the list. Here's what we're doing today. Because Monday Night Football used to be the biggest thing in the world. Do you understand?
Wisdom says so close to Ted K, bro. If you guys haven't checked in the chat, Wisdom, if you haven't checked him out, Wisdom, WIS, DXM, he is an actual Call of Duty Warzone player. He's really, really good. Follow him on his channel. If you guys are into this guy, has highlights and it covers whole games of Warzone and is amazing. If you want to check him out, please check him out. You won't regret it. When it's late at night, I have nothing to do. I'm pretty much laying on my couch and putting his channel on and watching all his stuff. So if you guys haven't checked him out, please check him out. He's close to 1,000 subscribers on his channel. Please support him. Much appreciated. WIS DXM Wisdom. That's down below. So I appreciate it from you guys. Thanks for coming in, man.
In a sports week, Monday Night Football was the epic event. Even if your team wasn't playing, but when your team was playing, oh my God, Al. The Randall Cunningham years, Monday Night Football, Carl Banks.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh my God, the plays, everything was huge if it was happening on Monday Night Football. We are looking for things that once were cool and now not so much. You know, they're still around, but they're not as cool. Where are we right now, Al?
Very cruelly, Doug Peterson. That's a cruel one. The Fonz. We only have a couple.
No, the Fonz is great.
The
No, the Fonz is very cool.
The
Fonz is not cool now.
He has 769,000 Twitter followers, and he does TikTok dances.
That's not the Fonz. That's Henry Winkler. The character,
Henry
the Fonz,
Winkler is the
done.
Fonz. Stop.
I'm glad
Where's a
she's
leather
not
jacket?
the judge. What? All right. So all we really got is Doug Peterson right now.
Imagine him being put on there after winning the Super Bowl.
And he has a chance to win. All right, you better get on now. And I got a Brandon Graham jersey, an Acme gift card. I got 4 great prizes today. You got to beat Doug Peterson? And by the way, it doesn't have to be a person. Al
it could be a
Morgani
thing, could be a
is the
style.
judge today.
A style.
Because a long time ago, Al popularized the mullet.
I had one during the pandemic.
You did?
You
Yeah,
did.
I
It
saw
did get
that.
a little long.
Couldn't get a haircut. It was
I'll
like
be
took
honest,
forever.
It didn't look like the original mullet.
No.
The original
Well, there's no
mullet.
hair now.
The original mullet, Al, was a magnet for hot women. 215-592-0610. What I saw recently on your head was not a magnet of anything.
Well, no.
215-592-9494. WIP Sports Time, 7:17.
And you know what? As if you needed it, add a little excitement to your sports watching experience by betting on all the action on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino this football season. There is a reason why FanDuel is America's number.
All right, so gonna be a lot of drama tonight. I don't know if that guy thinks. I don't know. Whoever thinks who's. All right, so press 1 if you guys think Carson Wentz is going. Or not even just that, but press 1 if you think Carson Wentz is gonna blow this game tonight. He's gonna lose his starting spot tonight. Progressively through the game. I just want to see at this point. Because honestly, I don't even know. They can't do this. They can't be mixing both quarterbacks. They can't be mixing both quarterbacks. I don't think they can even do that, to be honest. Yeah, they showed Justin Jefferson on the screen during that draft. I thought we were getting Jefferson in that draft. Oh, people hate it when we bash Wentz, man. People hate it. I don't care. I don't think Carson Wentz is going to last through the whole entire half, King. I don't think he's going to last through the whole half, period. I don't think it's even going to happen. I like the Jalen Reagor pick. I won't ever dislike that pick. Everyone wants him gone. Everybody wants everybody gone because of the way this offense is playing, but we can't blame every single player. Doug isn't designing these plays the right way, if Doug isn't putting this offense to its full potential, which I think it has so much more potential. I feel like this offense has so much more. I don't know. I think it has so much more ceiling. Eagles champ says, I'm showing my true colors. Yeah, I've been showing my true colors for 5 years, bro. I'm not going to explain why I critique my quarterback. If I wasn't critiquing my quarterback, then it is what it is. Flows through you. Yeah. Oh, in a good way, not a bad way. We got Chase Ricard to the Shake Squad Army. Appreciate it, man. Got a member here. You guys haven't checked the description to the live stream. Memberships are available. I really don't tell people to do it because it's up to them. You get your custom emojis, all that stuff. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, Chase.
Seahawks kick off at 8:15 tonight right here on 94 WIP. Delaware Park is open for gaming, live racing, sports wagering, and golf. Visit DelawarePark.com. Lottery agent for the Delaware Lottery. Must be 21 to play. NBC 10 First Alert Forecast brought to you by Dr. Glatt. Rain this morning, chance of thunderstorms later, highs in the mid-60s. It's currently...
I don't think Howie Roseman will be fired after this game. I honestly think Doug will be fired before Howie does. That's just me, though.
Consultation at drgla.com.
That's just me, though.
To stream 94 WIP, get our podcast and all the latest stories in Philadelphia sports, go to the all-new 94WIP.com.
2020 Sports on Sports Radio 94 WIP.
All right, 7:25. During the break, I obtained some information courtesy of Mr. Al Morganti. And it is such a controversial point of view that I'm going to turn it in our 8 o'clock hour into our question of the day.
All righty then.
So don't you roll it out yet.
Oh, what? Okay.
But keep it in your mind for the next little while.
I hope you wrote it down.
He's got a pen today, so
No, I'm
that's
talking
a good
about
sign.
you.
No, I know what he said. It's wow. I'll just say it involves the COVID virus and sports.
I wrote the question down already.
It's
so
really it's explosive. I'm warning you now. It's explosive.
Yeah.
But Ava, final read on our first question.
All right. Which quarterback are you rooting hardest for tonight? Carson Wentz, 60% of the vote.
6 out of 10 want Carson to have a big rebound tonight. What did Hurts get?
Hurts got 25%. What's more shocking is Wilson got 15%.
There you have it.
And we're getting a lot of Seahawks memes on there, like little things popping up.
Well, he's a very fine quarterback.
Yes,
All right, let's go to question number 2.
All right, the new Armin Twitter question. Who will win tonight's game at Lincoln Financial Field? Eagles, Seahawks.
All right, we have already said we all think the Seahawks will win. Ava, where are you on this?
Where do you think I am?
I don't know. I just want honesty.
Honestly, I'm going to say the Eagles. They've been doing good at night games. I'm just rolling with that theory.
When you go to sleep at night, right?
Yeah.
Do you dream of lollipops and cotton candy?
No.
Is your whole life just one happy carousel of fine things happening?
Yeah, you know what, homeboy, it is. I'm living and breathing, and I like to frolic. Have a
When
good
I
day.
wake up, Al, I see, tornadoes, hurricanes, massive fires.
Oh, speaking of that, do you have... there's a storm coming today.
Yeah, thunderstorms.
It's all right. All I care about is 8 o'clock, it's out. And time for the NFL Monday Night Football. Sorry, Al, that's a big game tonight.
It's got all kinds of... the absolute worst case scenario.
Yeah.
That they do substitute the backup quarterback, and he sucks.
Yes.
Not the worst case scenario.
That is the worst.
There's
No.
no
Then
there's
quarterback
no
coming.
hope.
No.
Did you see that Marcus was out? Marcus tried to get Nate Sudfeld
If you took a
involved.
second draft pick,
Oh, and he was bad. Okay.
and he's terrible.
That might hurt Howie's situation.
You think?
I'm getting to him in the next
And
segment.
help Doug?
Howie Roseman, Al, is awful at the draft.
Really?
No. Worse than you think. Ruben Frank got it all. He's got numbers out.
You want me to put it in the update?
Right. No, when you hear it, wow. But let me go to Connie here because she's going to be watching tonight. Right, Con?
Yes.
All right. Are you excited? This is drama, right? This is it.
Hey, Wisdom, my bad, man. Yes, it did go through. Thank you for that. Thank you for that donation, bro. Do appreciate it, Wisdom. It did go through. I haven't put the alert system on here yet for donations or anything yet. So, hey, appreciate it, Wisdom. Guys haven't checked his channel out, WISDXM. He runs Call of Duty Warzone videos. One of the best players I've ever seen play. And a big supporter of the channel too. So, hey, Wisdom, thanks a lot for that, man. Much appreciated, bro. Much appreciated. There are a good amount of people in here. If you guys haven't liked this video, hit the like button. Helps get the content get pushed out. If you like this video, you're supporting the channel. And yeah, we're just going to keep going and going with this and see how it goes. You guys haven't subscribed either. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to be doing a post-game, obviously, after the game today. So yeah, should be crazy. But Wisdom, thank you very much, man.
Interesting.
Yes, it is. They do better. To me, I think they do better in the first half. And then it just seems like they fall apart in the second half.
Not always. But I'll say this, Connie. This is what you need to know. The Eagles are awesome in prime time. They're 3-0 when they play at night.
That's good.
They're a very good night team. I just don't think they like getting up early to play those 1 o'clock
Thanks,
games.
Wisdom. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
But it's Seattle.
All right, wait a minute.
I will.
Are
You too, bro.
suggesting the Eagles are going to lose tonight, Connie?
In my heart, I hope that the Eagles win.
Right.
But reality, I don't think they're going to pull this off.
I got Seattle 34, Eagles 10. Am I close to your numbers?
I was 28-21.
You're very much
close.
So you think Wentz will have an okay night?
Yes.
Wow. Good luck. I tell you what, the first time, the first time Hurts comes on the field and Wentz is not on the field, Al, human drama.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I know this. When that moment happens, Al, I will, in my bed with my underpants on, will feel a tingle.
Bingo.
Tingle. I like it, Connie. Give me. Yeah, that's the moment I'm waiting for tonight, Al. When Hurts is in.
Well, I'm not calling you if it happens.
No, you're not calling me either way because I'm not taking calls.
The biggest
tonight,
victory is if he never gets in.
Yeah.
That would be a win.
That would be a win and disappointing.
No.
No, I would be I want to see this. This is drama. All right, Connie, give me something that was cool but isn't now.
Beepers.
Beepers is great. People, if you get a show from the 90s, which I have watched, Al, that is how we communicated.
Well, the best
doctors got beeped.
Learning how to text message on beepers by using like upside down numbers.
Oh,
like
you could do that?
Oh, you could send messages, yeah.
Oh, wow. But beepers, and they look so archaic now, but they had a run of what, maybe 10 years?
Yeah.
Maybe 10 years. They were huge.
Did you ever have one?
No, I never had one because I was never that important.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
have to be important to get one. Let's go to Paulie next. Hi, Paul.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great.
Coach.
Paul, tonight's a big one, isn't it?
Oh, that's what I heard.
Oh, nobody's. You know what I'm learning today? Nobody's as excited as I
They've
am.
sucked the life out of you. You watch football yesterday on Sunday. I'm watching quarterbacks that you don't even hear of throwing and being able to complete
hold on.
passes.
I saw quarterbacks that weren't as good as us, the ones on Denver.
He
were
wasn't
not good at all.
He wasn't a quarterback. He was pulled
Wide
up off the
receiver.
practice
He
squad
was
as
a
a
wide
He
receiver.
was a quarterback in college, but he wasn't very good then either.
He was at Wake Forest, and he sucked.
Yeah.
They told him he had to move out of his position. Is that great? But anyway, Paul, what is going to happen tonight? Give me your preview.
Well, I like to rebut Al. Al says 31 points. The Eagles couldn't score 31 points if they played in my cat's litter box.
Jeez.
I'm with you on that, but they did, I don't know if you heard, they legalized pot in New Jersey, and I think Al got a jump on that.
We'll see.
And I got a quick question for you, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, if the storm continues throughout the night, I was wondering, would they cancel it, like elk hunting?
First of all, there are going to be thunderstorms, but they're at this afternoon. I do that. I go on the internet, and it gives you an hour by hour what's going to happen. By 8 o'clock, it's out. They even show you like a visual where you could see all the rain.
Radar?
The rain is, the radar is gone like by 5 or 6 o'clock. It's pretty well through.
You just discovered this.
No, I did it, but the hourly thing I did, and it's very.
Got a super chat from Chase Rickard. Thank you very much, man. It says, yo, Joey, I don't know if you remember Esoc Tube. That's me. Oh, I do remember. That's you? Okay. I figured I haven't seen that name in a long time. So, hey, man, thanks for the super chat and membership, man. Much appreciated, dude.
Really?
It tells you every hour what the percentages are.
Yeah.
No, Paul, the weather will not be a factor. It may be a wet turf, but the weather will not be a factor tonight. And the wind, 10 to 15 miles an hour, that's manageable.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just concerned elk hunting might be canceled.
No,
He
there's
keeps
no elk
trying to
hunting.
make jokes.
I know you're trying to make jokes about the elk hunting, but you know what tonight is, Paul? It is Wentz.
What's that, sir?
Wentz is job hunting. Because if he misfires tonight, he's on the bench. It's that simple, Paul. This is exciting. Paul, give me something that was cool and now it isn't.
Disco.
Disco is a great one.
Yeah.
Now it's coming back a little.
It is.
You can
Yeah,
hear
it
some
is.
of the songs from time to
Kylie
time.
Minogue now, Al, has a thing out there. It's coming back a slight
Kylie
bit.
Minogue?
Kylie Minogue is a very famous disco singer.
Ah.
She's in the top 10.
I thought
with
she
it.
was a pop singer like in the 90s.
And now she's going to disco.
Where is there? There people have with those
Look
spinning
it up,
things on
Rhea.
the ceiling?
Rhea, you can challenge my knowledge of sports. Don't you challenge my knowledge of
Well,
pop
you called her
culture.
a disco singer.
She is now.
It was pop.
Listen to her now. In fact,
Disco.
I would be shocked if your hips didn't sway. Let's go to Nick now in Philadelphia. Hi, Nicky.
Yo, what's up, guys? How
What's
you
going
doing?
on, Nick? What are you feeling today?
Oh, man, I'm feeling the game's going to be like this weather right now. Miserable.
Boy, this is a down city. I'm not going to lie to you. You don't feel good about tonight at all.
Nah, I don't like Peterson. I'm not liking Wentz.
All right, Nick, let me play out a scenario. Tell me if you're going to get excited, all right? 3 and out, Eagles first series. They go to the thing, and you could picture if the fans were there, they would be booing the crap out of Wentz. Next series, Hurts is behind center for the first snap. Nick, are you excited?
Of course I'm excited. It's something
That's
difficult.
it. That's the human drama I'm talking about.
But, Ian, we need Kelsey to be able to give a good snap because Hurts put the ball on the ground a lot of times, too.
All right. Well, he has had some bad snaps with Hurts. That is correct. But assuming the snap is good, Nick, we will see if another era is about to begin. Very exciting. Al, he used the second round pick on the guy.
Yeah, I understand, but geez, what a disaster if they actually have to use him. It's a
Al.
disaster.
Well, they're going to use him, Al.
It's a
Al,
disaster.
If the other kid is better, the other kid's going to play.
Right.
It's the way it works.
The way it works.
Sorry, it's happened before. Why don't you go ask Tom Brady, who preceded him in New England? Because that guy was a good quarterback.
Bledsoe
Al.
didn't have the money guaranteed him that. I mean,
But Drew Bledsoe was a quality quarterback. Brady came onto the field, and everybody forgot Bledsoe entirely.
Yeah.
For the next 20 years.
I so enjoy watching Brady lose. It's just it's
Yeah, me
right
too.
under Dallas
Me too.
losing for me.
Such a jerk.
Yeah.
He was a jerk in the news coverage afterwards yesterday. It was great. All right, anyway, Nick, if you would please give me something that was cool but isn't now.
All right, Paul took my answer at disco, so I'm going to go with roller skating.
Roller skating.
When was that cool?
No,
It was
no,
cool,
no.
Cal. When I was a
No,
kid,
no.
we used to go to rinks all the time.
They had just the one thing with the wheels. Roller rinks.
Rollerblades.
Rollerblades.
Yeah.
Well, he said roller skating.
But roller
part of
skating
it.
was not
That's
was
all
cool like in the
inclusive.
70s, but not anymore.
It's where you have your feet and then wheels on the. That's anything like that's
Okay.
roller skating.
Roller. I'm a blading skating. Okay.
Why did I make you the judge?
I don't
so
know.
complicated.
Well.
215-592-0610. All right, we come back. The next Eagle that is under fire is named Howie Roseman. And Howie Roseman will be watching a controversy he created by selecting Jalen Hurts in the second round. And I got some numbers on how bad Howie Roseman is, courtesy of Ruben Frank of NBC Sports Philadelphia. And when you hear these numbers, you will ask one question. Why is Howie still here? That's next. WIP Sports Time, 7:37. Let me tell you something right now. Everybody for years, I've been telling you how much I love the people in MHS Lip. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they're winners. Do you understand? They're winners. They're a great company run by great people. Annie and Brett Levin are the best at what they do. MHS Lift is the #1 forklift company in North America. And now the good news comes. They are currently hiring experienced service technicians. You could work for them, especially at a time when a lot of people are looking for a great job. You can't do better than MHS Lift. They're an award-winning team, and they need qualified technicians. They're willing to hire them immediately. And if you qualify, MHS Lift will offer you a 6-week paid training program. So easy to apply. Just go to MHSLift.com, hit the careers button at the bottom of the page. Andy and Brett Levin understand the value of great employees like you, and they want you to become part of their team. And if you're looking for a new career right now, you will not do better than MHS Lift, a company with strong family values, ongoing education, opportunities to advance, and a
Always are, Philly,
phenomenal
always
work
are, man.
environment. So call this number right now, 888-MHS-LIFT. Online, MHSLift.com.
Please don't slide into our DMs.
You nasty.
Send us a text to the 94 WIP text line. Powered by.
Want to hear how I almost got off the naughty list this year? I helped Santa save gazillions by having him download Capital One Shopping to his computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout.
So how do you think it's going to go, guys? Do you think Carson Wentz is going to end up screwing it up? Do you think Jalen Hurts is going to get more obviously, this plan is for Jalen Hurts to have more snaps in this game. More snaps in this game. I just want this game to come already. I can't sit here like this. I just want this game to happen already.
Right now, the Home Depot is home of smart home gifts for smart home gift givers, like the Ring indoor camera.
Give me some score predictions, guys. Give me some score predictions.
Get free shipping on any smart home gift purchases over $45. The top names in smart home at the best name in home improvement. That's smart gift giving. Improved. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
I don't agree with putting Hurts on the field either. I mean, as of like, look, there's like two things that I think about. And one is Hurts is a second-round pick. And unfortunately, as a second-round pick, he's got to be put on the field. Because if Nate Sudfeld ain't the guy, obviously, if he's not even dressing, okay? The point where it's, they have no choice. Carson Wentz needs a mental break. Obviously, if I know that Jalen Hurts isn't going to play as well, if he's not going to play that good, Carson still needs to get benched regardless. Carson still needs to be on the sideline. Carson needs to reflect. Carson needs a mental break. And doing this switcheroony type thing with both quarterbacks coming to the game, I just don't agree with it, period. And Wolf's Ghost says, doesn't matter who's at quarterback. Play calling, win or lose a game. Eagles 24, Seahawks 17. And now we have to worry about if we put Hurts in for success or at least try to get him on a roll. Doug's got to call the right plays. And that's where this is he's gonna hang himself. He's already hung himself already. So
Not today on Wednesday, no.
Okay, possibly for Monday.
I'm focused right now on getting better today. I mean, we're looking. I don't know. I mean, I would say no.
Here's what Carr says: 31-17. Seabags win. Rieger goes over 100 yards. Wentz gets benched in the fourth. We'll see, man. It's got a lot of drama around this game tonight.
Here on 94 WIP. However, a report by NFL Network's Ian Rappaport says to expect more playing time for Jalen Hurts with Carson Wentz not on the field. Not expecting entire series for Hurts, but Rappaport says significant snaps. Window Nation is combining two of their best offers of the year. Get 0% financing for 60 months, and buy two windows, get windownation.com. NBC 10 first alert forecast. Rain this morning. Chance of thunderstorms later with highs in the mid-60s. It's currently 54 and raining. To stream 94 WIP, get our podcast and all the latest stories in Philadelphia sports. Go to the all-new 94WIP.com.
2020 Sports on Sports Radio 94 WIP.
All right, 7:44 is your time. Rhea, I'm very glad you played that because Dick Vermeil's caught up at the top of the hour for his prediction. And I want to just ask Dick, who had to do these for many, many years after games and so forth. Why was it so hard for Doug Peterson to answer that question? I don't understand it. And then we got word that Hurts will be used more, but we don't know how. We don't know how much or what role he'll play. All we're being told is apparently Wentz will not be on the field this time.
Yeah.
Wow. I love this stuff. I'm sorry. I live for this kind of drama. But let me add a little more to it, and that's Howie Roseman. Because Howie Roseman is the real problem here.
Yeah.
I think we all agree that you could point at Wentz, he's been awful.
Yes.
You could point at Doug, he has been indecisive, he's been all over the map. But Howie's the one that's providing this one mistake after another that Doug has to place on the field and try to turn into something.
Yeah.
And now, Howie Roseman has been whiffing. We thought he was whiffing since the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
And we were right. But he's been whiffing since the year 2013. Right? Al, between then has been 7 drafts, 14 through 20. And that is around 50 picks, give or take.
Wow.
50 picks. Of those 50 selections he's made, Howie got one guy who made the Pro Bowl 1 year.
God.
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Moved up to give away, yeah.
7 drafts, 1 Pro Bowler, 1 time. All right? You know what that means? For the last 7 years, he has not found an elite player on defense.
Yes.
Not one. In all those years, Al, he has not hit on one of those picks. What does that tell you about the guy? Let me give you a frame of reference. The 18 years, I'll break it down into 2 18s. That's what, what's his name? Ruben Frank did. All right. In the last 18 years, when Howie has been there making the drafts, all but the year Chip Kelly was there, they have selected 2 defensive players who became Pro Bowlers. Trent Cole and Fletcher Cox.
Yep.
Right? That's in 18 years. The previous 18 before Howie was here, 14 Pro Bowlers on defense.
Yep.
How
crazy.
bad is Howie at the draft? And then you're going to look tonight at Hurts, and you're going to go, what about the guy yesterday who had 2?
Safety. Yeah.
Chin had 2 successive touchdowns on defense. 2 straight plays. Do you know he was on the board?
Yeah.
He was on the Eagles
There
board.
were some people who really wanted him.
Some
Yeah.
people wanted him.
But here's what happened. They were not sure what to do. Andy Weidel, the story came out over the weekend. Andy Weidel, who's like the personnel guy for the Eagles, he goes to a game Jalen Hurts is playing in.
Mm-hmm.
And Jalen Hurts has 16 for 17. And the one pass that he did not complete was dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And Weidel fell in love. He went, wow, my God, we'll bring him into the quarterback factory.
Yeah.
And once he gets to the quarterback factory, God knows what he'll do. And that set a domino effect into place that leads to tonight. Wentz has the worst career start he's ever had by far. And this kid is a second-round pick that they loved.
Mm-hmm.
Al, it doesn't take a lot to say, let's see what the other guy can do.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to see tonight. Howie did that. No one else did that. If Howie used the pick on Chip, there's a whole different season going on with the Eagles. You realize that?
Yeah.
They got a guy in the secondary who can make big plays. Could they use one of them?
Yeah.
Or you like Jalen Mills back there? You're enjoying his work.
Jalen Mills has been a disaster.
Oh, and I was watching yesterday with Rasul Douglas in Carolina. Al, you're not going to believe this.
Yeah.
Rasul Douglas now plays up on the receiver, and he's 100 times better.
Mm-hmm.
Coaching, it's all a mess right now. But Howie Roseman is the one. And you're going to watch tonight the ultimate. You're going to watch Whiteside if he is activated from the COVID list. And you're going to watch Metcalf.
No.
There's not a chance they activate Whiteside tonight.
Doesn't matter. You're going to watch
They don't want to be
Metcalf.
embarrassed.
You're going to watch Metcalf. And you're going to see a guy who's fast and strong and powerful and plays the game hard. And you got to compare that to Whiteside. If you were watching yesterday in the 3rd round, same draft, you could have seen Terry McLaurin play.
Mm-hmm.
Terry McLaurin is awesome
He's
too.
awesome.
You had McLaurin, you had Metcalf, and you had Whiteside. And Howie picked Whiteside, who has no speed. They said he has good hands. He's dropped most of the balls thrown to him here. He can't get open. And Howie said that guy's better. Based on what?
Nothing.
And here's all I got for you. Howie's not talking. Howie won't talk. So all I can do is use the latest thing I got on him. And he had some comments about Whiteside before the season now. Please enjoy.
JJ looks different. He does. I know some of you guys have seen practice. He looks different. He looks like the guy we drafted. You know, there was one play in training camp where there was a deep ball and he was able to just box out like he was a freaking rebounder. He's Joel Embiid down in the box, boxing these guys out.
Whiteside has 2 catches.
Oh, God.
Somebody look up Metcalf. I'm
Not
sure it's
even
in the
playing
30.
sometimes.
No, I want to.
It's so cringy even listening to this because it's so bad. This is how bad it is. It's so bad. We have a super chat from Esprit to Booth. Thank you very much for that. Says, I think it will be a pass-heavy game. Seahawks are 4th against the run, 32nd against the pass. I also expect Lockett to eat. We have no one to defend him. Hawks win 30-17. And then we're all forgetting about Lockett. He's a pure speedster and can track the ball very well, can run in stride with the football. And, Murray, I agree 100%. Of that. It's just ridiculous right now. And, I mean, this is crazy. I mean, between 50 draft picks, Howie Roseman's only had, 2 Pro Bowlers, and Carson Wentz, Trent Cole. And then before that, we've had 14 Pro Bowlers. And then hearing this about Arcega-Whiteside, he's got to go. He's got to go. I want him gone before Doug is gone. I want him gone, out the door, gone, done. It's gotta happen. It's literally gotta happen. Can't deal with this anymore. Can't deal with it. Watching these other teams strive. Terry McLaurin on the Washington football team. I can't deal with it anymore. I can't. This has got to stop. It's got to stop.
I compare the numbers of Whiteside and Metcalf. I just want to see the difference because Metcalf, I think, has been far more productive.
No, and they better hope the guy that they went and signed can stop Metcalf. Because
Slay.
Yeah.
Slay. If anyone, I have no problems with Slay.
Yeah.
Slay's been
a big
one
night
of the
for him
few
here.
guys. But
you know what? Slay actually got disrespected too because pretty much I forgot who said it from Seahawks media. I think DK Metcalf or somebody said something about DK Metcalf's gonna have another big game. Obviously, knowing that the Eagles have Darius Slay. Okay, and then going back to Rasul Douglas and all these other players that we've let go, and Jim Schwartz is not being playing press against these receivers with these cornerbacks. They're not. I mean, having Slay off the line is just ridiculous. Rasul Douglas is playing man-to-man, but he's in his face and it's all like he said, it's all coaching. It's coaching. And my patience has run thin with Jim Schwartz as well. I don't like what Jim Schwartz is doing. He's playing cautious. He's playing picket fence defense all the time. We're not. That's pretty much how it's been going. It's not good. It's not good. It's not a good thing. Something's got to happen. Something's got to happen. I can't. Jim Schwartz, I'm losing faith in him. At this point, if they got rid of Jim Schwartz, I wouldn't care. I don't like how I've always disliked how these corners have played. Picket fence, cautious defense. That's what he's been doing with these cornerbacks. And when you give these guys, these receivers space, they could do whatever they want. They could go anywhere they want. And especially if you have a corner that's not as fast, that could go straight upfield with the wide receiver, you give them that much space, 5 to 10 yards off the line. You're giving them yards. You're giving them cushion yards. It's like, oh, we just want them to score a field goal. We'll be fine. It's like you're letting them score. You're letting them get chunk yards for a first down. You're letting them go inside like it's nothing. At this point, this is ridiculous.
What did you have to do to get a good defensive player? You had to pay him.
Yeah.
You had to get him as a free agent.
Yeah,
or you had to trade for him. You're not going to draft him because Howie doesn't know how to draft.
And it shows up. All
right, so when
week after week.
Big play Slay.
So when we're up there, we're looking up in the box tonight at Lurie.
Yeah.
Is Lurie wondering about Howie?
Yeah.
I know he's wondering about Peterson. I know he's wondering about Wentz. Is he saying to himself, "Mom, my pal doesn't know what the hell he's doing"?
We better be, because it doesn't take it.
No,
I mean, this is not a knee-jerk reaction. This goes on year after year at the draft, where right there at the draft, you're saying, what?
What are you doing?
What?
Well, when I see Lurie up in the box tonight, I'm going to freeze the frame and study his face.
There's kind of a mask on there. So
study his face.
Damn it,
Jerry Jones wore 2 because he's got that face that drops.
Maybe it's different. I just have to read his eyes, I guess. I don't have much to work with. Jimmy's on the line from Jersey. Hi, Jimmy.
Hey, Ange. Good morning, crew.
Jimmy, we got a big one tonight. Lots of drama. What's going to happen?
Well, I can't tell you with any moral certainty what's going to happen, but I can tell you what I'm feeling about the game.
What are you feeling?
Actually, the Eagles got a shot to win this one. It is in the realm of possibility. I haven't seen anything in them in the last 10 or 11 weeks that would make me think they're going to, though.
Yep.
I got one thing to say to all the people that are really anxious to see Jalen Hurts get in there, though. If anybody, I know your crew has checked out all of the scouting reports on Mr. Hurts, and if I read them right, they all say he's the same kind of guy, essentially, that Wentz is, in that he functions better outside the pocket. And if you can't get Doug to diagram plays for Wentz that way and stick Hurts in that same situation, you are not even giving him a chance to succeed.
It's a great point, Jimmy. Great point. They are both mobile types. I think Hurts even more mobile because he's younger and he's a little quicker and he hasn't had ACL
injuries.
surgery.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, Jimmy. Right? He's, I did read. It's funny you would say that because I was reading scouting reports on him. Guess what else he's similar to Wentz in? He's really good at fumbling the ball. He fumbles a lot, Jimmy. So we may get him back there and deal with the same stuff we're dealing with Wentz. Oh, my God. We're going to lose our mind if it's like a carbon copy of Wentz.
Well, I tell you, you guys were talking about feet on skates, and when I think of feet on skates, I think of Jason Peters. If it's anything like last week, man, forget about it.
Well, he's in the middle of the line now. They finally moved him back to right guard. Do you think he has to give the money back, Al?
No, I don't blame
Give
him.
him a lot more money.
Well, I don't blame him at all for the money.
No.
You blame them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was basically telling him I can't play there.
Yeah. By the way, he was right.
He was.
He's 100% right.
He was right. I mean, how do you blame Jason Peters for this?
No, you can't.
I mean, if you're an organization, you know when to stop,
100%.
and you just keep. I mean,
100% right. Jimmy, what was cool like Monday Night Football, but now it's not as cool?
Hey, before I go to that, real quick, don't make fun of Al's mullet. There's a fertile mind under there. He's the only one that had the horse sense to put a sawbuck on the Giants to win a division.
That's fine, but could you wait?
Now,
just
John
do me
Middleton.
a favor. Stop. John Middleton is a great one. All right, stay right there, Jimmy. Could we not give Al credit yet? My God. Al's in first place for one day, and he's doing bows.
he's got no quarterback.
For all you know, the Eagles will win tonight. The Giants won't be at first.
No, they have no quarterback. The Giants now.
How much you going to win?
$360 for $10 bet.
That's not bad.
It's a good bet.
No, but I bet the Eagles too. So it's the only lot because it would balance out. They were like
good thinking on that.
Yeah, they would, but now it's not looking good because if the Giants lose their quarterback, that's horrible.
It's a hammy.
That could the whole year.
They said
although in this league now, nobody's got a
claim
quarterback.
he's coming back in a week with a hammy. That's not good.
No, and the other thing the Eagles, I blame them for. I know everybody rips the Sixers for their, playing guys with injury, but this Lane Johnson thing, man, if you didn't know from the beginning that you were playing with fire with his, I mean, he's in, he's out. It's only going to get worse. You could ruin a career.
It collapsed.
Well, come on.
I mean, that's pretty
once
alarming.
Again, medical staff under
well,
question.
I mean, the question.
Come on, somebody cleared him.
Well, I mean,
he could barely stand up.
They tried that surgery, which he thought worked. Give him credit for trying, but man, there comes a point where it's like, just stop.
Yep, he did.
Well,
finally.
yeah.
Andy the Troll is on the line, and I'm looking forward to Andy. Hi, Ann.
Yo, Ann. How's everyone doing?
We got a big one tonight. You must be excited.
Oh, well, God, I'm super excited. But let's get.
Let me throw something out there. If no one cared about the Eagles right now, nobody would be in this live chat right now. Okay, we all care about the Eagles, but we could vent, we could do. That's why you guys are in this chat. You guys are in this chat. You guys are here reacting to this with me because we're reacting to what's going on for this game tonight. And if we didn't care, we wouldn't be dealing with this right now. If you guys didn't care, you wouldn't be in this live chat right now. So everybody cares, okay? But we could vent. We could vent. It's just like a normal day. It's a bad day at work. It's something out in the real world. We all have our bad days, okay? So whoever's here cares.
Get to Howie Roseman quickly before I get to tonight's game.
Yeah.
You were commenting on how horrible he's been.
Horrible.
You look at that guy, Jeremy Chin. He's a defensive player. He scored more touchdowns than the two offensive players we drafted before him. Are you kidding me?
That amazing?
He outscored Rager and Jalen Hurts this year alone. And then you look at another guy we whiffed on, Justin Jefferson. We could have had him. You know,
he's good. He's
you
so
look at
good.
You look at our last 4 offensive players we drafted the last 2 years. He's outscored all 4 of them: JJ, Miles Sanders, Hurts, and Rager. One guy outscored all 4 of them. Howie draft picks. Great job, Howie.
Howie's terrible. I got to tell you something, Andy, right now. If Peterson goes and Howie doesn't, that's an injustice. If Peterson goes, Howie's got to go with him. Howie set this into motion
100%.
with one dumb pick after another.
100%.
Well, here's the thing. We know Chip made a lot of bad moves, but one of the great moves he did was putting Howie in that closet and giving him no power on picking anybody. That was a great move, Chip.
And I believe he was locked in the closet, too, Andy. I can't confirm that, but I heard that for 10 months that they kept Howie in the closet locked.
Who do you think's a bigger fraud, Middleton or Howie Roseman?
Middleton is the biggest fraud I think I've ever. The guy laid 80 people off and said Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Who does that? Who does that, Andy?
Whatchamacallit, the Sixers guy wasn't that far off, but, you know, he just made the right moves, picking right GM players and things like that. But let's not forget what he did during the whole COVID stuff.
100% right. Andy, give me something that was cool and is not cool now.
Can I hit on the Ravens game quickly before I give you that?
Next time I'm up against
All right, something that's cool, but that's not cool now. We already knocked out Al's mullet, but can't you just picture Al thinking he was so cool with that mullet and the leather jacket on?
Leather jackets out. Are they still cool? I don't think leather jackets are that cool anymore.
I love
Yeah, I think they're cool.
Let me, I have just enough time to get this in because I did learn one of the 80 people who are no longer going to be part of the Phillies. And he's one of the best. He is the best at what he did. Video Dan Stevenson. Video Dan is so brilliant at capturing the great moments in the Phillies' history, and he took a buyout. And I don't think they're replacing him.
That's a bummer.
I don't think they're replacing any of the 80 people. I think all those 80 people are gone because the billionaires are not rich enough. And I will always resent people that are that rich and are pinching pennies. And that's what you're seeing now.
What's happening?
The minute Real Muto signs somewhere else, man the lifeboats, because people are going to lose their mind, starting with the captain of the lifeboat, Bryce Harper. Thank you. Ava Graham.
Yes.
Second question of the day. What do we got?
All right, we're broadcasting live from the Tasty Cake Studio, 94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. This Twitter question is brought to you by Armin Cadillac. The all-new 2021 Escalade has arrived. Thinking Escalade, think Armin Cadillac. Great people, great price. ArminCadillac.com. Who will win tonight's game at Lincoln Financial Field? 76% Seahawks.
Wow. That, ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to history. More than 3 out of 4 Eagle fans, that's the only people voting there.
Nobody
are voting for the opponent to win the game.
That's correct.
Al, I need a prediction on a prediction. Dick Vermeil's coming out.
He'll pick the Eagles.
He will not.
Yes,
he will not.
He's out west. He's seen that, the Seattle secondary. He's going to pick the Eagles.
Dick Vermeil is going to. We're going to have him on in a minute. Dick Vermeil's independent forecast is presented by Independence Blue Cross. Here's what I want to explore with that. You're the coach, and you know there's a quarterback thing brewing, right? How do you handle it? What do you do? And if you're Doug Peterson, don't you have to, in your mind, be prepared when you go into the news conference to know what you're going to say because you know they're going to ask you about it.
Yeah.
And he comes into Wednesday, and why don't we play that thing while we're waiting for Dick to come on? Because this just blew my mind that he would answer the question this way. And basically, he was asked, Joe, number 4, Joe, play that. Let's listen.
You're not making that move, right, Doug, to a different quarterback?
Not today on Wednesday, no.
Okay, possibly for Monday?
I'm focused right now on getting better today. I mean, we're looking. I don't know. I mean, I would say no.
Carson's your starter for Monday.
Yes.
On the line, he had to answer a lot of the questions during his legendary career. Is a great Dick Vermeil. Hi, Dick.
Good morning.
Dick, we got drama on Monday Night Football tonight. We got a quarterback situation. I want to ask you a couple of things about that.
Okay.
Is there anything worse for a coach to have to deal with than questions about who his quarterback is?
Well, it's a tough one, and I think it's a little tougher in this city because people are so passionate about their team. And it's even tougher in this situation because Carson has started so strong in his career. We had him in the Hall of Fame by the start of the second season here. And, it's put a lot of pressure on him, and it makes his situation a lot tougher, I think.
Dick, I got to be honest. I already had his number retired. It was over here. I thought he was going to be a star. Here's the thing, though, that we've noticed that Doug has been a little indecisive in answering questions about Carson. One time it's Carson, the next time he's not sure. Wouldn't you want to know as a coach before you go out to talk to the media what you're going to say about stuff like that, Dick?
Yeah, I think, we all have different personalities, and I think you can get sort of tired of the same type of questions. And I also think that there are people in the media, of course, not you, Angelo.
No, not me.
That like to ask questions that they know they're going to create a little controversial conversation, and they do it on purpose. But I've been confronted with that. But, I think he's testy. Yeah. And I think he's extremely frustrated. He's done such a beautiful job here, taking us to the Super. We know everything he's done well. Now it's not going well. And he's, it's tough. It's very frustrating. And as a coach, many times you just can't put your finger on the one thing that's wrong and click it and fix it and go play better the next Sunday. Things have to get better gradually. And it's really tough, especially when you get into the tough part of your schedule.
Hey, Dick, when a team invests $128 million in a quarterback, is it tougher for the coach to bench him?
It depends your situation. But it doesn't make it easier, let's put it that way. But it depends on your situation, really. I know I've had friends who are head coaches that their ownership, their management, and everybody picked the guy number one, not specifically a quarterback, and he was forced to play him. And the guy wasn't playing very well, but he was forced to play him. I don't think that's true in this situation, but I don't think it makes it any easier on decisions with quarterback performance when they are paid that much. That's for sure.
Dick, is it fair at this point for us to wonder about Wentz's future with the Eagles as their franchise quarterback?
I don't think so. I think it's a phase he's going through. It's initiated by all the injuries. I have never in my career seen the injury situation concentrated in one area of your football team, the offensive line like this one. And everything so much more today than ever starts with those guys. And when there's inconsistencies and poor performance and these kinds of things, the quarterback he can lose his rhythm, his timing, his confidence, and he takes the blame for all of it. But I think he'll play his way out of it. I think Doug will coach his way out of it. Yeah. Maybe not tonight. It's not a very good opponent to try to do it to.
I told you, Al, he's going Seattle. Anyway, I'm not at that point yet. I want to ask you about Jalen Hurts because the Eagles spent a very high pick to get him, and the report is he's going to play more tonight. If you had Jalen Hurts, if you were in Doug's position right now, how would you use him? How would you best exploit his ability?
Well, as we know, the kind of offense he ran that earned all the honors was a multiple. I mean, he ran the ball a lot. He was a great running back with the ball in his hand that could also throw as a quarterback. So he was really gifted that way. So I think you would see more option-type football variations of it. They've used just a little bit of the zone read and that kind of stuff in this phase of it, but there are more things they can do if it has been coached all along. You just can't all of a sudden on Tuesday when you come to practice decide you're going to run a different offense because the quarterback is different. So that'll make it a little bit tougher on them. I'll be surprised if we see a lot of them. I really do, but we know he's a talent. We know he's a talent. I really don't think they would have drafted him if they had known they were going to have all these injuries in the offensive line,
I know, but Dick, they put themselves in a tough position now because they use such a high pick on him that the fans are saying, well, maybe he'll be better than Wentz. They kind of set us up for this controversy, didn't they?
I predicted that in my own mind at the start of the season. things don't go well. When you do that, it's the way it is in the National Football League. As soon as that starting quarterback doesn't play well, there's speculation that the guy who's playing second string is better and should be playing. And again, it's magnified because of the passion of the city.
Dick, you have been one of the greatest coaches in the history of the National Football League.
That's really not true, but thank you.
Oh, it's 100% true. And there are many people that are working to make sure you get in the Hall of Fame where you belong. But, Dick, were you ever fired?
No.
Never.
I was on staff that got fired, and then they asked me to stay on the staff. That was the Los Angeles Rams in 1972 season. Tommy Prothro's staff was fired, and Rosenblum asked me to stay on the staff, which I did. And then the next year I went to UCLA as the head coach.
Right, but that
I didn't
says a
stay
lot.
long enough anywhere to get fired. I tell you this, if I'd have stayed at the Eagles long enough, I'd have gotten fired. If I'd have stayed at the Rams long enough, I'd have gotten fired. If I'd have stayed at the Chiefs long enough, I'd have gotten fired. That's the history of this league.
All right, wait a minute. Dick, are you telling me, 82, when you stepped down, that if you'd have played out, that was not a good season, you think they might have fired you anyway?
Eventually, yeah, it just happens.
Wow.
I started in this league in 1969, and I've been around a lot of great coaches and a coaching staff with other good coaches that became head coaches, and they always said to you, if you ever get a head coaching job, make sure you do it your way, because you're going to get fired anyway, and if you do it your way, you won't be as upset.
Wow. Do you think, though, the coaches know when they're getting in trouble? Do they listen to all the noise around them, Dick? Do they have a feeling? Like Jeff Lurie didn't go to the game on the road in Cleveland last week. And a lot of people are going, wow, he's very disgusted with Doug and the coaching staff. Does a coach know about that stuff, and does it bother him?
I don't think you can help but feel it and hear it.
Yeah.
I never used to read the paper or listen to the radio when I was coaching, but, invariably somebody would walk in your office and say, geez, Coach, did you hear what so-and-so just said about you? Those kind of things. And I'd throw them out of the office. But, no, you hear it, you can't help it. When you go home, you can see it in your wife's face.
Oh, really? Why you?
It affects your whole family. It affects everybody.
All right, Dick, then I'm going to guess you don't regret that there wasn't a WIP around when you were coaching here. Is that true?
I don't regret it at all. It's much tougher today. Much tougher today. Yeah. And people, the media has been given the right to be more succinct, more critical, more positive. I mean, everything's exaggerated either way, and that's good for the game. That's what it's all about. Yeah. And I think sometimes people, I hear it on your radio show, a little vendetta. I'm going to get this guy fired. Not so much with football, but I've heard it in other sports, basketball and baseball here. That's just the way it is all through the United States. Talk to any head coach, he'll tell you that.
I'll tell you the truth, Dick. I've talked to Rhea about that. She's backing off now. She's not doing it as much. Dick, with the moment of truth here, I'm predicting that Dick will predict the Seattle win. Al thinks he's going to go Eagles. Dick, this is Dick's fearless forecast from Independence Blue Cross. Who you got there, Dick?
If both teams play like they've been playing, Seattle Seahawks win the football game. They're the best offensive team in football right now.
Yeah,
they're very, very good. Their defense is not rated very high on pass defense because people are behind playing catch-up football. Plus, they played some good football teams. Plus, they've had to travel to the East Coast a few times, and they're still in there and a good football team, but they're a very, very efficient offensive football team. And they're going to be very difficult to beat. Though I think there's one edge that our defensive line could control the rhythm of their passing game in terms really disrupt it and hurt them that way. But, then he runs the ball so well. They're just so good on offense right now. It's going to be very tough to beat them.
All right, listen, a lot of people out there use their whole supply of Vermeil wines during the holidays, so you got to get more, and you could get delicious Vermeil wines shipped directly to your home if you live in Pennsylvania or Jersey. Go to VermeilWines.com for the coach's entire wine selection. Dick, it's always an honor, my friend. Thank you, sir.
All right. Hey, thank you. Take care.
Dick Vermeil. That was a selection for the Seahawks.
Yes.
In case you were wondering.
Likes their offense.
And, he made a great point that, their numbers on pass defense are bad, but it's because Russell Wilson always gives them such a lead. Other teams got to fire it all the time. Al, that number might not even be that bad, for them.
I think Dick Vermeil might have heard you call for Brett Brown's firing.
Oh, Brett
More
Brown?
than one occasion.
Because I was thinking maybe it could have been Gabe Kapler. All these names were. Then I was thinking, well, right now today I went after Howie. I kind of gone after.
It was more
Wentz.
Brett Brown. I think
Brown.
we could all see that Gabe Kapler.
And you know what? All I was doing there was trying to put the man out of his misery. That's all I was doing.
Oh, it was humanitarian.
It was a humanitarian gesture.
Sure, he's happy now.
Exactly what it was. I come on every day, Rhea, seeing who I can help the most. And right now,
out the door.
This is where I think the mojo might turn in our direction out if we went to a place where it was 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. No, wait a minute. No. 10 o'clock
12 hours?
tonight. No, 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh.
Let us go to Tokyo, Japan, and talk to our good friend Marissa. Hi, Marissa.
Konnichiwa, Angelo. How are you?
It's 10 o'clock tonight in Tokyo, right?
That is correct, sir.
All right. So when is the game on? When will you watch this Eagles game?
It's going to be on 10:15 in the morning, which means I get to watch it in the living room and not in my bathtub.
Oh, wow. Huh, wait, you're going to get up in the morning and there's an Eagles game.
Nice.
That's right.
I'm moving to Tokyo, Marissa. I like the time, but I like a morning game.
Yeah. And you know what? Yeah. Another good reason to come to Japan, Angelo, I know for a fact that when you go to the beach, you don't like beach tags, right?
No.
We don't got that here in Japan.
All right, that's it. I'll call as soon as the pandemic's over. How's the pandemic there right now, Marissa?
Unfortunately, there's been cases running up in Tokyo and the Hokkaido area. So everybody's on high alert again.
So I'm guessing they wouldn't really welcome me right now?
No. You're still fine. It's Al we're mad at.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Marissa, what do you think about the game tonight?
Look, I know it's been rough on us, but in Japan, we have a saying. It's called Akira Meruna. Never give up. And I am not giving up on my birds. Never.
Right. So tonight, do you expect Carson Wentz to figure out what he's been doing wrong and fix it?
I have a solution. Do you remember that movie, Major League 2?
Yeah.
With the Japanese baseball player?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is my advice, for Carson Wentz. Carson, you need to have marbles. Marbles.
What does that mean?
Well, Tanaka was trying to express that he needs to get cojones or, balls, but in his polite...
Al, she went testicles from halfway around the world.
Well,
Marissa, Marissa, can I have an eagle chair all the way from Tokyo?
Absolutely. Are you ready?
Yes.
Tobe, Eagles Tobe, victory, KO. Tobe, Eagles Tobe, touchdown, each Nissan, Vaito, Tobe, Eagles Gambare, Tobe, Eagles Tobe, victory, KO, EAGLES, Eagles.
You're awesome, Marissa. Thank you so much for checking in. Good luck tomorrow morning when you watch the Eagles play. Thanks, Marissa.
You're welcome.
I would love Al. I don't enjoy it.
That's what happens out in California. 1 o'clock games.
The show ends.
Yeah.
Let's go watch the Eagles game. How much fun would that be?
Be awesome, except we can't go anywhere to watch the Eagles game.
No, I can't right now, but that would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's I marvel every time Marissa calls.
Yeah, the
At
clean
clarity
lines. Unbelievable.
of that line.
Let's talk to Kenny.
And, Kenny is on hold.
Oh, I won't be able to hear him.
And Kenny lives
I did not
around
know
the
that.
corner.
Yeah.
All right. And it's
That was different. Aspirated Booth on the super chat. Thank you. Here's $5 to pause her annoying voice. Oh god. I want to rewind that. I'll probably laugh harder. Appreciate it though. 169 people in here. If you guys haven't hit the like button for this for this chat, appreciate it. For this video, hit the like button. You hit the like button, you support the channel. Much appreciated for everybody being here today before this horrifying matchup for the Eagles, the Seahawks. Guys, haven't subscribed to the channel either. Subscribe to the channel. Eagles videos every single day. We're gonna have a post game after the game, probably not till obviously right after the game. So by 11 o'clock, it's gonna be late, obviously. So appreciate everybody being here today. Hit that like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate it.
It's because Marissa uses a really quality phone.
Yeah.
And Kenny basically has a Dixie cup with a string.
Unbelievable.
215-592-0610. Kenny's coming
94.
94. I screwed it up again. 215-592-9494. Shirley, Kenny, Bill, Kim, see right through it. Don't go anywhere. WIP Sports Tab 816.
While Horizon Services has extended their Black Friday total heating event.
That was hilarious.
$1,350 off a brand new heating and cooling system. Plus, get a bonus $250 off direct from Horizon. That's up to $1,600 in total savings, all with an up to 12-year warranty. Want more? Well, you got Horizon's no interest, no payments for a year financing is also on the table, but only until December 5th. Horizon's expertly trained team puts your family's well-being first, following all CDC guidelines on every visit. Sign today. Horizon can install.
I don't got it yet, Big D. I don't have it yet. I'm not celebrating yet. But I appreciate it, man.
Pick up the phone and call 800 or visit horizonservices.com.
I can't stop laughing at that.
Tonight, it's a new episode of All Rise, the legal drama where one judge is shaking up the system.
When I take the bench, I'm taking a vow to fight for justice.
One case at a time.
Your Honor, we're going to trial.
Simone Nissick is Judge Lola Carmichael.
I'm gonna go back and watch that again. I might actually make that a separate video. I might actually make that a separate video.
It's important.
Followed by a new episode of Bull tonight at 9/8 Central on CBS.
Independence Blue Cross.
This is Boomer Esiason with the Radio.com Sports Minute, sponsored by Lexicon Software and Services to help build better law firms. LexiconServices.com. New York fans were among yesterday's biggest winners. The Giants lost quarterback.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, to a hamstring injury, but they did beat the Cincinnati Bengals to claim the NFC East lead for the moment. The Jets beat.
Here's what I'm saying. Even with the Giants, right? Even with the Giants, they still got to face. They still got to face the Seahawks this next game. They still got to face the Browns. I know the Browns aren't anything crazy. They still got to face the Ravens. I forgot who else. The Cardinals, I think they still got to face as well. I don't even remember. I think so.
What can help you take advantage of today's low mortgage rates and save money? Rocket can. You could save hundreds of dollars every month by refinancing with Rocket Mortgage at today's near historic low rates. If your current rate is over 4%, you could lower your payment by over.
Oh, what's gonna happen here, fellas? Fellers. Tough one. It's gonna be a real tough one.
Or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Oh yeah, Drip. We have the hardest schedule. I mean, it's brutal. It's brutal. We still got to face two more teams in the NFC East on top of the Packers, the Cardinals, and the Saints.
Delaware Park, Monday Night Football at the link between the Eagles and Seahawks with kickoff 8:15 p.m. live right here on 94 WIP. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport says Jalen Hurts will see more time on the field. However, for the first time this season, those snaps will come without Carson Wentz on the field. On Friday, Doug Peterson was asked about Hurts' progression this season.
Hi, Doug. For Jalen Hurts, at this point in the year, how happy are you with how he's learned and practiced and where he's progressed?
I like where he's at. I think for a young rookie quarterback, he's right where he needs to be, and he keeps improving each week, just with the terminology and I think the mental side of just learning the game.
Lane Johnson done for the year. Matt Pryor replaces him at right tackle. Left tackle will be Jordan Mailata. Jason Peters moving to right guard. Delaware Park is open for gaming, live racing, sports wagering, and golf. Visit DelawarePark.com. Lottery agent for the Delaware Lottery must be 21 to play. NBC 10 First Alert forecast brought to you by MHS Lift. Rain this morning, chance of thunderstorms later. Highs in the mid-60s. It's currently 55 and raining. Team at MHS Lift is looking for experienced forklift technicians to join their award-winning team. Find out more at MHSLift.com. To stream 94 WIP, get our podcast and all the latest stories in Philadelphia sports, go to the all-new 94WIP.com.
2020 Sports on Sports Radio 94 WIP.
All right, 8:23 is your time right now, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of drama in the NFL over the weekend because of the COVID virus. What you saw, I got to admit, for about 20 minutes, it was very exciting to see the Denver Broncos attempt to play a game with no NFL quarterback.
Wow.
It was a nightmare.
Yes.
And it looked bad. You know what the numbers were for their passing game in total on Sunday? One catch for 13 yards.
Wow.
The passing game accumulated 13 yards. They had no one to throw the football. All right, but then, so you watch that. Now you're watching what's going on. Tomorrow night, the Baltimore Ravens will attempt to play the Steelers, but both teams have quite a number of COVID cases.
Yeah, they move another
They're not
game.
even sure. They're not even sure they can play that game.
And then they moved another game to another Monday. Monday.
The Cowboys game got moved to the following Monday.
God.
For COVID. So clearly they are battling this thing right now. Meanwhile, there was reports yesterday of the vaccine. Pfizer has already begun to send out how they show these big vats with ice cold, because it has to be 90 degrees below zero. Where they have the vaccine. They literally packaged them and sent them to Chicago.
And today Moderna gets approval.
Yeah, they're going to get the approval at Al in a matter of a couple of weeks, maybe even 1 week. The vaccine will become available.
Yes.
Now, here's where it's going to get controversial on this show in a second.
Why?
Because Al's going to give his plan. But everybody agrees the first wave of the vaccine, healthcare workers.
Yeah, hospitals.
Yeah.
And then
Everybody
the
gets that.
second wave, they're saying elderly.
Yeah.
Or teachers.
Oh,
But-
Al's not going with this crazy thought.
Yes.
Oh, that he said like at 5 a.m.?
I don't know. When at 5, he slips things in.
Did over in
no
the
one's-
overlap show.
All right, well, he's going to do it again now.
Oh, God, no.
Al Morgani, after the healthcare workers, who should get the vaccine next?
The NFL, NBA, NHL, they should get it. And a couple of people might complain that it's being elite or whatever, but everybody, millions of people watch football. I don't see the problem with it. It's you give it to the NFL players. Look at the break what they've had. When baseball went and played, everybody's argument was shut up and do your patriotic duty. Go play. Well, if they went and play playoffs coming up, it's not a lot of tests.
You're using.
But everybody, millions of people watch.
Let's just say right now the NFL season is going on.
Yeah.
We would like to vaccinate all the players right after the health.
Look,
right?
it's a bad.
Athletes should get it quicker.
We're broken everywhere.
All right. Will you root for the Eagles tonight? Will you be rooting for them?
I always root for the Eagles.
Right.
I want them to win like you wouldn't believe. There's a part of me that thinks they're going to go 5-1 to finish the season, but that part must be drinking.
You're not allowed to drink.
Well, Kenny, I gotta say your whatever you're using here it's going bad. So your voice is starting to crackle. But Kenny, give me one.
Well, first off, can I say happy birthday to my wife today?
She's
my
a
beautiful wife,
wonderful woman.
Melissa. Turned
She is
29 for the 18th time, I think.
Yeah, hold her. I'll put her on.
Yeah. All right. All right. We all agree your wife is awesome. Now, could I have an Eagle chair, Kenny? It's a day of a game.
You got to win to get an Eagles chair.
Wow. Wow. That's hurtful. Let me bring on somebody that will always give me one.
Who's that?
Eagle Shirley.
Yep.
Hi, Cheryl.
Good morning, family, friends, everybody.
Cheryl, a lot of negativity this morning. How you feel?
Oh, man. You know what, Angelo, the sadness is there. You try to suppress it down. And I wound up watching old Eagle games. I needed to see what my team used to be like even just a year ago. So I still have the old Green Bay game that we played on Thursday Night Football. And although our defense, gave up, some yardage or whatever, but they fought. I saw a happy Carson Wentz. I saw guys getting open. Everything y'all saying, I'm like, so what happened? Is it the fact that we don't, Doug Peterson don't have the support that he used to have, and now it's really all on Doug? Is it the fact that, Carson Wentz now got to continue to look over his back? What happened from last year, to this year? Why are we so bad on all aspects, on all points? When one area does well, the other area does bad. Why we can't get it together on all cylinders? And I go and look at the head. So now I'm looking at the leadership. I'm looking at Mr. Lurie. Is there any way that you can come and sit down your people, your product that you putting on this field? You have to do something. There's no way that I should be going back to 2019 to look at a game, or keep looking at the Vikings game in 17, or the Super Bowl to see somebody getting open, to see defense, stopping people. Although they was giving up yardage, they was not quitting. Why I got to go all the way back in the past?
I think she called last week. That flipped out last week.
I'm afraid to look at. I can't keep the games that we had played this year because they've been so bad. They've been so bad that it's horrible. You can't look at it again and be positive. And I feel sorry for Carson. The way he, not only is he holding on to the ball, it's something going on. So at the end of the day, if you're a man from the Philadelphia Eagles, and you got that jersey on, you need to be pissed off. You need to play with all types of heart, and you need to leave it all out there.
Yep.
Just leave it all out there. Play like it's no tomorrow. Play like you're never going to play again in your life. We at least deserve that. So, Angelo, that's what I need.
That's a nice message, Cheryl. Cheryl, are you predicting a Seahawks victory?
No, I want them to win. Why would I want them to win?
I did not say want. A lot of people are predicting. Kenny just predicted 73-0 Seahawks over the Eagles. I wondered if you would do it the same.
No, the reason why I can see us winning, if we don't, have the penalties, if we don't make the mistakes that we've been making, if you remove all of that junk out the way that's been causing us to lose the games, we can win a lot of those games. So if the Eagles come out, like how they had that nice drive, and then Sanders fumbled the ball, it seems like we cannot come back from when something stupid happened. But we did, because look what happened when Wentz had that interception. Cox came back, and gave them that chance. But come on, y'all. Defense is trying.
Cheryl, I need it now. Kenny said no. You won't say
baby.
no.
Listen,
you won't say no.
My Eagles, I got you. Let me tell you something. What I need for y'all to win, I don't care y'all win by 1 point. I don't even care if y'all tie. I just need to see something on the field. E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles, come on now.
Give me an amen.
Man, pull the draws up. Let's get this win.
Love it, Cheryl. Thank you. That's the spirit of the fan base in this town. Now, when we come back, I digress momentarily, because I was watching something on TV yesterday morning, and I realized what I want for Christmas.
What?
And I'm going to ask my wife to get it for me, because I want to look exactly like George Clooney. 215-592.
We got a super chat from Esperita Booth. Thank you very much for the super chat. Can you give myself and Philly Fan D wrenches, please? I thought, you don't have a wrench. Don't have. Who's Philly? Where's Philly Fan D? You're all set. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There are 148 people in the chat. Appreciate everybody being here. And thank you so much for all the super chats and everybody donating today. Much appreciated. People have subscribed, memberships, everything like that. Appreciate everybody doing that today. And it's been a long journey, long road. And we just got to stand up tonight and support this team. That's all we could do. And that's it. I mean, whatever they do on the field is what they could do. We're not at the stadium. I wish I could be there. Trust me. Hopefully next year's another year. But I do think that we really need to get this going and get it done. So Marita Booth, appreciate it. Everybody else, much appreciated. There is 144 people in here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Eagles Vid Maker, that pretty much makes videos every day. If you guys haven't checked out my other stuff, check it out. Check description below to support me fully. And if you guys have not hit that like button, you hit the like button, you support the channel, helps get the content get pushed out there for everybody, and much appreciate to everybody here. So thank you all. Let's get this going. Almost done, guys. We're almost done today. Just a little bit more.
0610. You don't know the
Keep
story.
Keep on scratching.
9494.
215-592-9494.
What do you want to get for Christmas?
I want to look like George Clooney, and now I know how I can. It's a beautiful story. It's next. Top of the hour, we're going to be talking to our Ross Tucker. We may even have a big guest in that 9 o'clock hour, which applies directly to the big nature of tonight's game. That's all coming up in the next hour. Don't go anywhere. WIP Sports Time, 8:36. Hey, fall is in full swing at Tasty Cake. You are not going to want to wait to get your hands on the best snack cake.
Pass to B20 Sport.
And I guess he's trying to convince people not to come back to Earth because they've populated other planets.
Because of the COVID?
Yeah, I think it's because of the COVID.
Oh.
Something screwed up here.
Trippy Skips, appreciate the sub, bro.
So don't come back here. This place is not happening.
Okay.
The Eagles haven't won here in years. Anyway, but now, in the middle of the interview, he absolutely blows away the woman interviewing him with a revelation about his head. Now, you got to admit, Al, wouldn't you love to look like George Clooney?
Yeah, he looks fine for an older guy, yeah.
It's 59. Put it up, Al. It's got a thing that sucks your hair up, right? You, Joe, play it. Just picture this, Al. He's got the fact. George Clooney, $500 million. I need that head for one day. So,
my voice.
It takes the win.
Yep.
I mean,
Right. Let's go to Simon John. Simon John is going to be watching tonight, aren't you, John?
Yes. Good morning. Hope you guys had a great holiday. Everybody's safe.
I had a very good holiday when the Cowboys tried that fake punt.
That was ridiculous.
Wasn't that great? That's when the Thanksgiving became a good one, John.
Definitely.
But what are you feeling here, John? A lot of people are so down on the team. Huh? You're really the soul of that fan base. What do you feel?
You know me. I've been down on Wentz. He's the number one problem. I don't care. I mean, ultimately, it's Lurie and Banner. But at this point, I mean, Roseman. At this point, it's Wentz. But from here on forward, I'm putting it on Peterson. And I'm a Peterson guy.
Wow.
If you want to sink or swim with Wentz, then it's on you now at this point.
All right, Hurts is supposed to play some tonight, John. Are you hoping he dazzles us and they have to use him more?
Whatever it takes to win.
Yep.
I mean, I don't care about these contracts, what a guy makes. It's the NFL. You can only go so long without performing. I don't care what business it is or what line of work. You can only go so long, regardless of your status or salary, before you get replaced. So, I mean, I like Wentz. If he's not any good, he's not any good. You got to move forward and start correcting your mistake. I'm not saying we're there. I mean, Peterson's going to try, but I think he's got a short leash. I think one bad mistake tonight, and it's not going to be a couple plays. I think Wentz is going to take the helmet off.
But what you're telling me is you think Peterson's in the most jeopardy right now of losing his job.
I don't think that. I like Peterson. This guy has rallied the team.
Mm.
He's always gotten the team to come. He's made the playoffs every year but one. He's hamstrung. I mean, he's cut. When you have a quarterback as bad as our guy is playing, it's almost impossible to win. Look at Denver yesterday.
Yep.
You can't win in the NFL. Everybody says the plays. You think he's calling plays that aren't designed to work? When you have a guy that's incompetent, it makes everything almost look impossible to look like we look. That's how we look. Yep. You watch these other games. You watch football. They look like football games. You watch us. It's like, well, nothing works.
Right.
But you can't when the quarterback is that bad.
Sign man John is asking for something very simple. Just quality play at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That's all you're asking here, John. That doesn't seem like a ridiculous ask. That seems
Not
fair
even
enough.
quality. How about average? Can it be average?
Average. Just middle of the pack, not 32nd in the league of 32 teams. That's all he
If
asked.
he was average against the Browns, they win that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no turnovers, maybe. Couple of nice throws for touchdowns, something like that, John. That's all we're asking. It doesn't seem ridiculous.
It's insane.
Yep, you're right, John. John, you're a real fan, my friend, and I hope they win tonight for you because you
God
deserve
bless.
it.
I'll talk to you.
You deserve it. He deserves a victory, Al. That's what he deserved. Let me get Bill up here from Mayfair. Hi, Bill.
Hey, what's up, my friends?
What are you feeling, Bill? What are you
my
thinking?
My voice is a little shot from. I had some. My voice is a little shot, but anyway, my prediction is tonight. Remember, you told me about 2 or 3 weeks ago when I get this feeling to call you.
All right.
And tonight is a lock. It's a guarantee. Bill from Mayfair. You mentioned what is big. Frankfurt and Cotman is like the beeper.
Right.
It's like the cell phone and all that stuff. Frankfurt and Cotman's great.
I put that down, Al. But you're saying tonight is a lock for the Eagles to win, Bill.
22. And listen, there's a whole bunch of different people out there. There's pioneers. There's heroes. There's a visionary man. And
All
that
right,
is
but
me.
Bill, you are the first one who's called with that, and you're slurring your words. Are you drunk?
No, I have a sore throat, and I've been waiting
All
on
right,
line
okay.
on hold for 2 hours.
All right.
But listen, 22-10. And listen,
22-10, the Eagles are going to win.
22-20. I'm sorry, 22-20.
22-20. I think you have been drinking.
Now listen, Ray Didinger started in 1970, right?
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, there's all kind of weird stats I have for you.
Yeah.
The Marion Trench is the deepest part of the earth. Jake Elliott makes $8 million and misses a 29-yard field goal.
All right, Bill, I'm going to put you on hold because you're incoherent right now. But you did pick the Eagle.
What's the Bavarian Trench?
I don't know. I can't go any further with him, Al. He completely lost me. But he did have a good Frankfurt and Cotman was hot at one time.
There you go.
It was, Al. It's where everybody went when you won.
Oh,
But we don't win anymore, so it's not that hot. You understand? You picking this up?
Hey, good morning, Angelo. Good morning, everybody.
What are you feeling, Kim?
I believe that we will win.
Yeah.
But if we don't, it's the beginning of the end. And I think Doug didn't want to show his hand in the press conference the other day when they asked about how much Jalen is going to play. I think Doug already knows what he was going to do with Jalen, but he didn't want to put it out there because this quarterback situation is very precarious for everybody. Because
how much do you think Jalen's going to play?
we need a spark. So I can see him using Jalen for a 2-point conversion, some sort of fanciness. My personal fanciness, which I think we should have been used. Why are we not using Jordan Mailata on a 2-point conversion?
It's a valid point. I would like to see that. He's a big bruiser who ran the ball a lot in rugby in Australia. I think that would be. You know what you're asking for?
We've reached
and I
this
watched
part of the
it.
program.
I watched it all day yesterday, Kim. Something creative, something unpredictable, something different.
Yeah, like
Where
a
did all
punt on
that
fourth
go?
down when
Where
inside your
did
territory.
all that go? That's what I want to see. I want to see some little, a flea flicker type stuff that was not predictable.
I think that's what's going to have to come back tonight. If we don't have that tonight, like I said, the NFC East is
it.
A race to 5.
This is the night. Kim, I'm losing you, but I love you. Thank you. Kim is right. I lost her. She was her cell was going. But Kim said it's tonight or not at all. We got an hour to go. We're looking for things that are not as cool as they used to be, like Monday Night Football. We got great guests coming up in the 9th, starting with Ross Tucker. Don't go anywhere. 215-592-9494. You can get on right now. WIP Sports Time 855.
And you can add a little more excitement to your sports watching experience by betting on all the action on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge.
That's Burrito Booth says 138 people in here. Get the likes up, support our guy Joey. Appreciate it, Burrito Booth. Much appreciated. Guys are in there. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. If you follow the Eagles or don't follow the Eagles, don't matter. There's plenty of fans on this channel that aren't Eagles fans as well either. So, Well, Valley says you're almost at 10K subs. Congrats, man. Not there yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
Just place a bet on any game and FanDuel will refund you up to
Joey, why don't you call them? I could. The problem is sometimes I don't wake up early enough. I might do it one day. I don't know, Chris Perez that's what they were using Carson outside because we had Mike Rowe here. That's why they were using Carson outside the pocket plenty of times. Unfortunately, yeah, been that bad. Well, this isn't live right now. This is recorded from earlier. This show runs from 5:30 to 10 o'clock in the morning. I think, to be honest with you, I think the Eagles actually play better when they're doing a 2-minute offense. When they're doing a fast-paced offense with Wentz is calling things at the line, I feel that he actually plays a little bit better when they're not in huddle, when they're no huddle offense. Your one good season. Browns beat a very bad Eagles team. Sorry to say, but
It's a new episode of All Rise.
they did.
Where one judge is shaking up the system.
When I take the bench, I'm taking a vow to fight for justice.
One case at a time.
Your Honor. We're going to trial.
Simone Missick is Judge Lola Carmichael.
Up on that bench. Everything is different.
A new episode of All Rise.
Freedom is at stake. It's important.
Followed by a new episode
I
of
can't move this. I don't know why.
on CBS.
Granger, for the ones who get
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia, live from the Tasty Cake Studios, the official home to talk about the Sixers. Sports Radio 94 WIP, a radio.com sports station.
Yeah, we played good those two games.
Monster hour ahead. End of the hour, we'll be doing hot seat. We got another guest we're working on that we should have in our next segment. And right now on the line with us is our football authority, the amazing Ross Tucker. How you doing, Ross?
Angelo, I'm great. How are you?
All right, before I get into the
If you guys don't know Ross Tucker, he actually covers. He works. I don't know if he works for the. I don't think he works for the Eagles, but he covers all of our. He actually covers all of our preseason games now.
big game tonight.
If
Al
we didn't have any
Margetti has come up
preseason,
with a controversial proposal. And I want to run it by you because you were an NFL player. COVID virus vaccine almost ready to roll here in Chicago. They shipped in the Pfizer vaccine yesterday. The Denver thing, yes, it would quarterback. That's not a good show, right? That was a bad show.
Well, so, and I think that there is some merit to the fact that especially with it getting colder and close. I think at this point,
don't you?
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, it almost feels like, even though Hurts hasn't really played yet, it almost feels like we're there now anyway,
Yeah.
Angelo. When you think about everybody that thinks Wentz should be benched, wants to put Hurts in, it almost feels like we're at that point anyway. And I think it would serve two purposes to put Hurts in. One is give everyone a chance to see what he can do, especially if Wentz is struggling again. And number two, I don't know. I mean, they've obviously, Angelo, tried everything else to get Wentz to play better, and it hasn't worked. It seems to me like maybe if he has to watch the second half of tonight's game, if he's not playing well, you know, and maybe Hurts goes in, maybe Hurts stinks too, and maybe the next time Wentz is back in and he plays better. I don't know. Or maybe Hurts plays great, and then you leave him in. Either way, if Wentz struggles tonight, I think it's the point finally, Angelo, where it's probably worth a shot.
Absolutely. Now, Doug Peterson is also really in the middle of this thing because he's been all over the place. He can't. I just want you to respond to this. This was Wednesday. He has already stated that Wentz is starting on Monday night. He has restated it a couple of times. Now Wednesday arrives, and the reporters are just checking to make sure nothing changed. Listen to the beginning of this and tell me what you think about this answer.
You're not making that move, right, Doug, to a different quarterback?
Not today on Wednesday, no.
All right. Can you just work with that? All right, Ross? Why would you leave any doubt when you already made it clear Wentz is your starter? Why would you struggle with that question when you know it's going to keep coming?
Well, there's only two possible explanations, right? One is that it was just a poor response by Doug and he was not ready for it for some reason, or it was a calculated response by Doug Peterson trying to create some doubt in Seattle that, oh man, maybe they will go. Because that's the other thing I think is interesting, right? That the report comes out, whatever it was, Saturday night or yesterday morning, that Hurts is getting first team reps. Did they want that to get out or did they not want that to get out? You never know sort of what espionage is going on behind the background here. So I don't know. I mean, either it was a poor answer by Peterson or it was a purposeful answer by Peterson. And I don't know that any of us will really know that.
I thought that was a fascinating answer to that question. That was a great answer to that question. Here's what I want to know next, because it's a controversy in our eyes already. Do you think the players are taking sides? Do you think there are already players in that locker room are Hurts guys?
I don't think there are players in that locker room that are Hurts guys. I think there are players in that locker room that would be okay with Carson Wentz being benched. I think there are people in that locker room that are thinking, man, he's really struggling. We should give the young kid a shot. I think that, they haven't seen enough from Hurts to say that they're Hurts guys. You know what I mean? He's barely even played. But I think that some of them have probably seen enough of Wentz's struggles that they're probably, hey, it'd be best for him and everybody if maybe Wentz sat for a little bit if he struggles tonight. I definitely think there are some guys that have that going on in their head. And honestly, Angelo, some of them are probably the offensive linemen. When I watch the game,
yes,
I get a little frustrated with Carson holding on to the football. He's just not trusting what he's seeing right now. He looks to me at times like a guy that doesn't want to throw another interception. And that is such a bad place to be because you can't play like that. You know what I mean? Like you can't. It's almost like you can't. You're not a good driver if you're a really passive driver, right? You got to know when to hit the gas and go. Like go. I feel like he's driving around at times almost like an 85-year-old grandmother that doesn't want to get in an accident where he's just got to go. Like he is at his best when he's just playing and he's just going. You can almost see his brain spinning when he drops back. And he took several sacks against the Browns that you just can't take. He shouldn't take. And so I would imagine, because I remember even when I was in Buffalo with Drew Bledsoe, Drew was a good quarterback, but man, he would take some sacks that we would get so frustrated about because it was like he was holding on the ball for 4 seconds and you could see like I got beat. Like you could see the guy from 5 yards away. Drew, help me out here. Throw the ball away so I don't give up another sack. Like I got beat. I'm not that good. Do me a favor. Throw the ball away so I don't get another sack on my stats.
What you're hearing right now is some brilliant, brilliant stuff. Finally, Ross, what's going to happen tonight?
Well, listen, I don't think anyone, based on watching the Eagles play the last 2 games especially, and knowing what Russell Wilson has done to the Eagles, I don't know how anybody. Look, I'll be on the pregame show with Ike Reese from 6 to 8 here on WIP. Ike always picks the Eagles, always. I am looking forward to hearing his justification and his argument for that tonight because I think it's very tough to make an argument that the Eagles will win this game tonight. I think Seattle wins probably something like 27-17, Angelo, something like that.
I got 34-10, but you're on the right track. Ross, you've never been more brilliant, my brother. Thank you as always, sir.
All right, see you guys.
Great stuff for Ross Tucker. He gets inside the psychology of this stuff, Al. It's fascinating. You know who else does that? Our callers see right through it. He is on the line right now. Hi, Butch.
Hi, Angelo.
Butch, what do you like for one day to look like George Clooney?
No, I don't want to look like him.
No, he's better looking than you are, Butch. I've seen it, but believe me, you're not a bad-looking man, but you would look much better if you looked like George Clooney.
Yeah, but looks ain't the thing, Andrew. Me, it's all personality. Beauty's on your skin deep. It's that kind of thing. You could look like George Clooney, look like Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
If you ain't got no personality, I can't deal with you.
Maybe so, but if I came home today and looked like George Clooney, be careful. My wife would attack me. It would be nice.
Okay, well, you get lucky maybe. Angela, I'm going to do something special for you today.
What do you got, Butch?
I'm going to let my God-given talent show you a scope of them. I'm going to do a poem by an older. You go see right through it. And I've been down here for a month working on writing raps.
Right.
I got my own posse down here, and I'm a rapper now. And I'm going to jump from a poem to a rap with you, and you're going to see
All right.
a whole difference of scope here.
All right, am I going to get both a poem and a rap, or are they both in the same package?
No, you're going to get a poem first by See Right Through It, and then you're going to get a rap by Bongiorno, my poet name. My rapper name.
Bongiorno. It's similar Bon Jovi, but it's a rap.
Yay.
All right, let's start, See Right, with the poem.
Okay, so I'm at my ocean view window down here looking out at the ocean, and I wrote a poem called The Old Gray Mare Ain't What She Used to Be.
Okay.
And it's about Floyd Peters.
All right.
And it goes like this. For many years, you were all pro. You helped us win a Super Bowl. But you didn't know when to quit, and now you really need to sit. You're always hurt. You lead the league in holding. Your natural ability is long past eroding. Guard or tackle, it really doesn't matter. You made Carson Wentz real easy to tackle. So get on your way. You're stolen your pay. You're better off coaching because you just can't play. It's sad to see it end this way. You look like an old horse eating hay. And oh, by the way, you wanted more money. You pretended you could do it. But Butch for many could.
See right through it.
Bingo.
Jason Peters put right down. Not Floyd.
Not
Peters,
Floyd.
Jason Peters. All right. Now, are we ready? I've never heard you rap before. This is new, See Right. What do you got? I'm sorry, Buongiorno is your rap name, correct?
Buongiorno. I believe it means good morning in Italian or goodbye. Bingo.
All right, let's
Bingo.
hear it.
Now, I'm a 68-year-old Italian rapper.
All right.
And Eminem is probably the oldest white rapper at 55. So this is my new stick.
Let's hear it.
And freestyle, it's just freestyle. Freestyle is just a rambling word. So here we go. I drive in my car. I'm not going far. Next thing you know, I'll be in a go-go bar. I'll drink till I'm funny and stay till it's sunny. I really like to find me a bunch of money. You're slow as molasses, so get off your asses. I'm not giving anybody any more free passes. I don't have no money. Don't call me Sonny. I'm down and out. You find that funny? So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll pretend I don't know you. You really don't have a clue. Do you really love me or you? I'm talking trash. I'm out of cash. Maybe that's why I'm being so brash. So deal with me and then you'll see what it's like to be up at 2:45. You like my style?
No, that's enough. It's the same thing as See Right. There's no difference at all.
No.
There's none whatsoever. It's not a rap. It's a poem.
Yeah.
You just called it something different. You don't need Buongiorno. It's still See Right Through. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I hate to tell you,
well, I
but
got to go back to work, Thanks for the constructive criticism.
No, it's not constructive criticism. It's not rap at all.
some guys just can't spit. You're one of them.
But we love you, Butch. We love you, brother. That was not any different.
No.
It was the exact same thing.
He does something very well. He should stay with it.
What is he doing with trying to go outside the lines?
I give him credit, though. No, he's trying different things. Trying to reinvent himself. It doesn't have a lot of runway left.
I just don't like that he doesn't think he should. He's not great looking. He would look much better as George Clooney.
Wait.
I was going to get him a Flowbee for Christmas, too. Seems
The
to be
Flowbee
what
is not
works.
going to make you look like George Clooney.
I think it is.
No.
We have seen George Clooney with the mask on and me with the mask on. There's a similarity.
Try a bag.
Well, then the similarity would be bigger. 215-5.
Him, and I'm not going to reveal.
For Lions owner Sheila Ford Hamp, who pulled the plug on Quinn and Patricia, Quinn's hand-picked successor to Jim Caldwell. Patricia follows in the footsteps of Eric Mangini, Charlie Weiss, Josh McDaniels, and Romeo Crennel as Bill Belichick disciples who have failed to win on their own. Last night, Jacksonville owner Shad Khan terminated the 7-year tenure of Dave Caldwell as GM, while adding that coach Doug Marrone is safe for the remainder of the season. I'm Boomer Esiason.
What can help you take advantage of today's low mortgage rates and save money? Rocket can. You could save hundreds of dollars refinancing with Rocket Mortgage at today's near historic low rate.
Okay. Some characters on this show. Can't skip this. I don't know why. We've heard the Chinese girl say fly goes fly in Chinese. That was funny, I gotta say.
Hotel Casino and Spa. Well, could have some intrigue.
Are we good?
Eagles Monday Night Football.
We have enough of this today. How long have we been on for? I don't even know. Have we been on for 3 hours? No, we have not.
Will come with Carson Wentz not on the field. On Friday, Doug Peterson was asked about Hurts' time.
Doug, did Jalen Hurts get more reps with the first team offense this week? And are you more open to the possibility of giving him a series or two on offense?
As far as the plays and the snaps, I mean, he hasn't gotten any more than he would get throughout the course of the week.
What is going on, Brian H? What's up, Joey from Charlotte? How you doing, man?
Normally, since we've been playing him, and I'm not going to reveal any game plans with him at this time.
Welcome back to Going All In. The East Coast Premier Poker Room is back open 7 days a week. Visit theborgata.com for more details. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. NBC 10 First Alert Forecast brought to you by Meridian Bank. Rain this morning, chance of thunderstorms later. Highs in the mid-60s. It's currently 58 and raining. Meridian is an innovative community bank that's built its reputation by financing businesses and entrepreneurs. Learn how Meridian can help your business at meridianbanker.com. To stream 94 WIP, get our podcast and all the latest stories in Philadelphia sports, go to the all-new 94WIP.com.
2020 Sports on Sports Radio 94 WIP.
All right, it's 9:24. We may be hearing from a very big guest in a minute. I can't say who it is yet, though, because I don't like to promote things I'm not positive
No,
on.
I'm positive. So's Al.
Yeah,
It's a
Right.
good friend of Al's.
He's a good friend of Al's who worked with Al when he had a mullet.
Al was cool.
And I had to ask him about that mullet because it was intimidating to a lot of people.
Not to him.
When you had the mullet, Al, he did not have a mullet.
No, he was very well dressed and really. I had one blue sport jacket. He had a bus full of sport jackets.
Al was even telling me a story about one night that you were hanging around with this guy and Barry Melrose.
Barry Melrose, yeah, and that's a mullet. When you
Barry
work
Melrose,
with
it was
with me
oily.
and Barry,
Yeah.
you know that you're working between two mullets.
That was a greasy mullet.
That was
his had grease in it.
That was the most fun.
Yeah, that's called product.
Working with this guy and Barry were as much fun as I ever had on the road.
I know you did.
Anywhere. It was a blast.
But now he is the voice of Monday Night Football,
which is
and play-by-player Steve Levy, who's due on any second.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
What is it?
Steve's on the line right now.
Well, he's a hockey guy. He's pretending now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Al's best buddy from ESPN, Steve Levy. Hi, Steve.
God, I miss Al Morganti. We had some good times together.
Hey, Steve, do you remember when Al had the mullet?
I remember when Al got ran over by a Zamboni. Okay, that's what I remember. All right, somebody find that video, please. I'm serious. If you have not heard the story, Al is in the runway. I can't remember what, and he does not. The whole world can see the Zamboni coming, except it's uncomfortable for me to ask the questions, but they have to be asked, and I respect both of them. They gave us great answers. They weren't short with us. But everyone knows here what is going on. And I think you'll hear tonight in the broadcast, and probably more from Louis Riddick, who's had front office experience, and Brian Greasy, who, by the way, has lived the Carson Wentz life, right?
Yep.
You have success early like Brian did. Then you have the crowd roaring for your backup, whoever the backup quarterback is. And the difference is, Brian didn't have that kind of contract that Carson Wentz has, which has him certainly for the next couple of years, really tied to the Eagles. And so I'm not sure that's even a.
We good? All right, we're good. My power flickered out. That's what happened. You guys here? Press 1 if you're here. Press 1 if it's still up. I think my power just flickered. All right, my power flickered out and it went back on, so my bad. My bad, everybody. My bad. That just happened. Now I'm not hearing what the deal happened here. 9:32. Do this again. All right. Well, all right, we're just going to stop it here today. There wasn't that much left. There's probably just probably another 10 minutes left of what we were doing here quick. So, if you guys hold on. Appreciate it, Esprit Booth. Like and subscribe if you're new. Let's get Joey to 10K. The 10K is almost here. I'm gonna be celebrating that soon. It's definitely gonna be worth it. Appreciate everybody being here today. I'm gonna stop it here. We're gonna have a post game afterwards. I don't know if I'm collabing or whatnot. I might have it open. I don't know. I might actually send the link out. Obviously, if you're just gonna go on the troll or you're gonna get booted out of there, I might keep the StreamYard open today. Yeah, so that's what we might do. So appreciate everybody being here today. I know if we just got to go through what we're going through and hopefully get this win. Yeah, I'll be collabing with Lord Brunson soon. We had like a big Eagles YouTube group thing going on. Might have Desert Eagle 90. Might do one with Philly 500 sooner or later. Me and Philly, I have Philly 500's number. We keep in touch. So we'll probably do more things as well. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. If you guys haven't liked the video, please like this video before you leave. When you hit the like button, you support this channel. Shake Squad RB, love you guys. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, you subscribe. We're close to 10,000 subscribers. Huge milestone for this channel since 2016, and finally is going to be coming soon. Appreciate everybody coming in. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'll see you guys later. And remember, guys, Shake Squad up, fly, Eagles fly.